What's up, everybody? Happy Tuesday. Welcome to Adventures from Amethil. The real thing, not the little one-shot that we did last night. And if anybody was there, it was fun. We had fun. Oh, snap. And we got Melissa in with a full 1 year now.
What?
We got Ben from Sirenscape.
Damn.
Hey, what's going on, Ben? That reminds me. So everybody should be logged into their online player now. So
I think so.
if so, then you should be hearing this wonderful little music playing. And if you don't hear it, then you fucked up.
Nope, I don't hear anything.
I don't
Then you
hear
fucked up.
anything.
You too.
I think you fucked up.
No, I didn't, because other people hear it, so that doesn't make sense.
I haven't done anything.
Do you have the actual player open? So you have like the little Sirenscape online player blue window thing open?
I had it open.
Last time
You guys, you're making me look bad in front of Ben.
I wasn't on when we tried this.
This 15 minutes that we were sitting here bullshitting, we should have been like probably trying to make sure everything worked.
Probably, but you know,
Yeah.
that's not how we do.
Yeah, Bob, Ben from Sirenscape. Sirenscape is the player that we're all using to make this music, but, you know, your wife.
Okay, so I'm partially deaf anyway, and having the music makes it so I can't understand or hear people, so I'm good without the music.
Hey, listen,
Sirenscape
we
has
have
Sorry.
all these people.
HD cameras here, so you can read lips.
I can't, actually. That is not a skill I possess.
Hear it now.
You call yourself a soothsayer.
You broke yourself.
What?
What?
When? When have I ever called
Wait, no.
myself
That's
a
not you.
soothsayer?
Never mind.
That's
Sorry.
Saris.
I'm getting PCs confused.
That is Saris, not Z.
Same
Same
character.
thing.
Same character.
Okay, so
I'm telling Claire.
starting off this week,
You're not.
John, you have 6 player points. Melissa, you have 2. Sin, you have 9. And Jake,
I'm
you
doing
have
very
3.
good.
Who wants to do who wants to do recap for today?
I'll do it.
I could try.
I think that you forfeit your ability there, Jake.
All right. Last week, not yesterday.
Not yesterday.
So last week, off with the fight of the skeletons in the middle of town. Vakta had just used her ult and she was still mid-air, so she was invisible. She came tumbling down into the houses. Everyone just saw puffs of smoke and a broken house out of nowhere. Then she came out without her wings. Guards came up. They were, being guards, all dickhead-like, barking commands and questions and stuff. And we hadn't just told them we don't know what's going on. Rakar was dead, and we managed to bring him back to life. He was the only one that bit the dust during that whole fight. Afterwards, Vardrak told Batsu that he would be the one to decide what to do with Grimble, since I was the one that vouched for him to join the group in the first place. And everyone else took off to go back to the inn to rest. Batsu squatted next to Grimble, who was sitting down, dusting himself off, just muttering to himself.
Pay attention, Jake.
The whole time Grimble was saying, like, I don't know what's going on. This isn't me. I wouldn't do something like this. And Batsu's like, I don't care. You are good in my books. I know this isn't you, but I'm not vouching for you anymore after this. Go off on your own, get your head straight, and once you start getting these people out of your, like, this person out of your head, then you can come back with us. And pretty much Grimble, that was his last chance with Vardrak and with Batsu. And I think Vakta said something last week about or the week before that, like this is your last chance to.
Yeah, you get one chance
Yeah.
and that's it.
Well, to be fair, he tried to punch me.
I did.
So, Grimble's kind of on thin ice right now.
Hashtag what's your name?
Tread
So-
water there, bud.
After that, Batsu went back to the inn to meet up with the rest of the group. He told everyone what he decided to do with Grimble, and not really sure how everyone took that. But soon after that, I think that's when Ravage and go do their thing. A little hazy on that part. And did everyone rest right after? I think everyone rested right after that fight, right?
Pretty sure, yeah.
Yeah. Then yeah, everyone rested right after that. Vardrak and Batsu were awoken in the middle of the night by some dragging sounds. So when they went to go investigate, they seen some fish-like creature pulling Vakta by her hair, who was unconscious. So we went to go and fight this thing.
I was
Oh.
dead. I wasn't unconscious.
Yeah.
Well, from what we've seen, it
She's just sleeping.
Vardrak
Wherever.
charged with the fury of the same kind of fury that when he seen Grimble punching Vakta. We were swinging at this thing and it was putting Vakta up to try to block our attacks, and Batsu got that idea to maybe hit Vakta to see if it would wake her up.
Uh-huh.
Aha!
Did I
did
wake
not.
up?
It did not. Vardrak ended up getting a loogie hawked in his face, and it started growing around his mouth.
Oh,
Oh, that's not even the worst part.
Oh,
the,
yeah, no, it gets
the
worse.
thing, it got its claw and sliced like line down Vakta's neck, then pulled her up and started licking the blood off of her.
And Cliff made me roll a constitution save, even though I was dead.
man,
That was
Cliff,
for
you
Melissa.
messed up.
So that thing was around Vardrak's mouth. He wasn't able to breathe, so he was drowning with the mucus on him. Batsu managed to take down the thing. He went over to Vardrak and tried to help him get the mucus off. He poured water on his face, and when he did that, it seemed like Vardrak was able to breathe when he was pouring the water. So he told Vardrak to go jump into the water, and when he did, he was able to breathe underwater. Batsu was trying to see what was going on with Vakta. She wasn't responding or anything still. He tried to see if he can find more of that mucus so he can maybe let her breathe if she was suffocating. And nothing, no avail. Vardrak got some of the mucus on his face, put it in Vakta's mouth, and it just slid down her throat.
I forgot about that.
Nothing. She didn't react or anything. So Vardrak went into the water, and was just holding her in his arms, like brushing her hair, rubbing her face, talking to her, telling her to wake up. And after a few minutes, he dropped his arms. She floated off, and he was shaking the world with his anger or frustration. Batsu had ran back to the inn to see if Kirla or Rakar was there to maybe revive her or something. And when he got there, everyone was asleep. No matter what he did, no one was waking up. So he even went to Vardrak and Vakta's room. when he got there, Vardrak and Vakta were both laying there, and he was trying to wake them up, nothing. And he woke up. Batsu woke up from this dream, and he woke up like screaming, ran over to Vardrak's door, started banging on it. Vardrak busted open the door, set Batsu flying a little bit. And naked ass Vardrak was standing there with his weapon and shield ready.
My God.
And his hammer.
They Batsu told him about the dream and what he's seen, and after everyone came out and was confused onto what was going on, he eventually told them what happened after that. Is that when they went to the witch's shop to go try to get some? No, Batsu took off by himself to go get some information from his thief buddy, and they told him that it was a sea devil.
Yep.
Yeah, sea devil. And the only place they really pop up is near the death vortex in the middle of the island.
Omen's
You
Point.
know. Yeah. I've got to write that down. And if you go try to find these things, you're pretty much gonna die. That's all Batsu talked to them about. He went back to the group and told them that we need to find a sea devil. Maybe they can help us. So they went to the witches or the witch's hut to see if they had any information. They told Vakta to go talk because she was the best one from the group to talk to this person, which isn't a lie, but it's pretty sad.
Yeah. Accurate.
Vakta told her about these dreams, and the witch started like looking over her eyes and her face to see if she was cursed. Told her pretty much the same thing. The sea devils, they like go in groups. They're never alone, and they can't really breathe above air for too long. That was the only really useful information that the witch told us. Vakta came back out, told everyone what happened. Vardrak's like, maybe you're cursed. Go in there, and pushed Batsu in there. Batsu got cursed out by this witch and then walked back out. And so we decided that we needed to go and that's when Kirla that's when Vardrak went back to the inn, and he's like, oh, I got an idea. Maybe I can learn to understand these people's languages. So he went back to the inn with Kirla. He was sitting there staring at her for a while, telling her to speak Elvish. And after a while, he was able to understand her. And something came up about her hearing him have... Kirla was hearing Vardrak in her head. And Vardrak got like ecstatic over this. Like what he's been trying to do is finally working, but not with Vakta, with Kirla. So Vardrak went running back to the group. Me and Vakta, who have been trying to get rations horribly. We just ended up with a big ass bag of meat, beef jerky.
Yes.
So Vardrak shows up there, tells Vakta what's going on, and Vakta's like, oh, I'm not crazy. You were just trying to talk to me with your mind's mouth, as Vardrak was saying. Vardrak was a little disappointed, like, you've been hearing me this whole time and you didn't say anything, you didn't respond or anything. Vakta was like, I didn't need to, one of us needed to be sane. I thought I was going crazy, so I just stayed quiet. Vardrak got all mopey, left, and was like kicking dirt around and drooping his head and stuff.
Like an angry toddler.
Nuh-uh.
Uh-huh. You cheered up a
Um,
little when I gave you food.
Nuh-uh.
Uh-huh.
So they talked for a little bit. After a while, we decided that we needed to leave soon, so we went to go try to find Grimble. We went through town, couldn't find anything. Heard people. We went to bars. They said they seen him somewhere to the south. Checked there. They said they seen a dwarf like him walking around the beach. We went there. Nothing. So we decided to give up searching for him. If he wanted to come, he'll show up. We went back to the inn to get some sleep before we left in the morning. Everyone was asleep. Vakta started having this dream of a child crying outside her room. She went to go check, and it was this little child, tiefling, dark red skinned tiefling, talking about how everyone where he's from is dead and they're looking for him now. So Vakta sent the kid into her room and told him to lock the doors, to don't let anyone in. So she went to go check everyone else's room, and she heard a scream from her room. She went back there, seeing that the kid was on the floor with a pool of blood around him, and a man was standing over him saying, "And you will be called Vardrak." And she woke up from this dream. Vardrak wasn't there, but the bed was in shatters. She was gripping her knife. She went to Batsu's room looking for Vardrak. Batsu didn't know what the hell was going on. He said, "Go check Kirla's room." Vakta got all pissed off and walked away. She checked Kirla's room, and standing at the door is Vardrak.
And Kirla was in the background getting dressed.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, Jake's face.
So, thanks for the recap. Goddamn, it feels like a lot happened last week. Like it feels like more happened last week than what I remember even.
Yeah, no shit, man.
It was so hard to remember
I was
all
about
that
to say,
too.
are we gonna play or are we just gonna listen to fucking Sin talk all day?
We're just gonna listen to Sin talk.
The recap takes as long as the actual game.
That means there's a lot of stuff covered.
Winded.
So thank you for that. You get one extra point for that, bringing you up to 10.
All right, cash it in. Item.
Okay. Do you have an idea of what you want already, or you want to talk about it later?
Talk about it later.
Cool. All right, so you are at 0, and I owe you an item. So with that, thanks to everybody who's already been rolling on the Table of Fate. Just so you guys know, hey, Rob Toohey, what's going on? Rob Toohey's here, guys. He's the one that made, like, the spell coding effects that, like, work correctly, so, you know, yay, thank you. That actually does, require a huzzah.
Huzzah.
So, for anybody else who is new here, these Table of Fate things that people have been rolling on, ! Fate, and then you could do any of the characters' names, which you'll see on the little bar rotating here. It costs 100 Cliff Coins, which you earn just from being here and chatting, and if you follow, host, raid, subscribe, any of that stuff, you get extra coins for doing it, but realistically, you just gotta be here, and you get them. Once you get 100, you can interact with the stream by doing that, and it makes things happen to everybody that they hate. Sometimes they like it, but most of the time they just hate it, which is good. If anybody uses Streamloot, if you subscribe to the channel, you get free Streamloot cards, or you can just buy them if you want to, ! Streamloots. They also have ways of interacting with the stream, and they also, like, help give me money. which I put back into doing things for the stream, and maybe one day it'll get to a point where I could start paying my players, which would be great. So who knows? So there's that, and I really don't think I have anything else. Nope, that's all I got. So with that being said, time to kick off tonight's adventures from Amethil.
Adventures from Amethil.
I'll do the sword thing twice just for you, Bob. But for the record, paying them in tears and sadness, I do all day, and I do it with pride. And just for Bob.
Adventures from Amethil.
You can fucking hear him laughing in the background. That's what
Yeah,
makes
I know.
like hearing Bob laugh is like hearing the laughter of a child. It just warms
Right?
my heart.
I know. It's my favorite.
So you guys wake up to get everything going in the morning, and Vardrak is in the room with Kirla.
Can we skip this part, Clip?
And Vakta is at the door trying to figure out where you were last night.
But I mean, we got more pressing issues.
Do we know?
Do we?
I don't think we do.
Do we?
Hold on, let me check the calendar. No,
Do
it looks
we?
like this is right on par.
Husband.
Grimble, help!
I'm not there. I don't know what you're talking about.
Hold on, just to make sure that this is right, let me go ahead and put that Kirla icon down too. Right there. Perfect. All right, all onto you guys.
I don't appreciate this.
I don't appreciate how you clearly brought up a map, but I don't have one, even though I've had Fantasy Grounds open for a while.
I don't have a map either.
I don't have a map.
Oh, there it is!
Uh
Y'all lied.
I mean, I opened the map myself.
Yeah. So on to you guys.
Alright, so when Vaka knocked at the door, Vardrak answered and said, "What time is it?" If I could recall correctly.
Yeah, he's stretching. He's got his training gear on.
And Kirla's getting dressed in the background.
She's just tightening up the last bit of her armor. She wasn't like naked or anything.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. So, in response to his, what time is it? Vakta's gonna, she looks briefly relieved that he's there. And that's immediately replaced by the coldest glare that you've ever seen on her face. Just cold fury, there's just ice. If she could just make everything turn to ice by still looking at it, that's what she would be doing right now. And she just looks Vardrak dead in the eye and goes, "I think it's time that we get packing." And she shoots a glare over to Kirla in the corner, turns on her heel, and walks away. Does not say anything else.
Damn it, I noticed.
It wasn't subtle.
I'm like, haha, rely on the trusty perception.
One time for you to roll a nat 20 on perception.
Motherfucker.
Jesus, it's been a year and a half of this game.
Fucking Cliff rigs this shit. I swear to God.
You don't even roll over 11 with perception normally.
Ever. He like looks back at Kirla's like, I guess I'll go find out what that was all about. Grabs the rest of his armor and shit and like starts running behind her.
Go find what that was about.
Sensing some animosity. I don't understand.
I have no idea why.
I don't deserve this.
What is Batsu doing during this?
I did wake him up first.
Yeah. When Batsu first seen Vardrak at the door, he turned away pretty quick, and he was like down the hall, like listening in. And after seeing Vakta and Vardrak, both Vakta leaves and Vardrak chase after, he's like a little more curious.
He's gonna stop like almost like cartoonishly, like on his heels, like when he sees Batsu, like, what happened? What's wrong? Is there a fight? What's happening?
Batsu, give me a D20, please. You feel this burning on your back, almost like you were splashed with acid. And as Vardrak asks you what's going on, is there a fight? These massive dragon wings sprout out of your back.
Your turn now, bitch.
Batsu's mid-sentence, he's like, "There might." Okay, I don't know what's going on.
Is that a random shapeshifter thing that happens in the mornings? I have something similar, but not with wings. I don't know.
His wings
Um,
are just very steamy.
Don't worry
No,
about
forget
this.
about it. I'm mad at you.
Don't worry about your thing.
Oh, he's not. He just took care of that.
I think I heard Grimble. I'm gonna go check for Grimble. I think I just heard him.
Oh, this is gonna
What's
be a good
your
day. I
name?
can feel it.
Vardrak, like, did she head downstairs or back to the room? Where did she go?
She stormed back to the room and started like throwing anything that would have been in her pack. She's just like rearranging it and packing it in this very like angry motions. There is no subtlety.
And in doing so, you find 14 gold that was just laying there that you don't know if maybe you dropped it earlier or if someone else left it in the room or maybe it was Vardrak's, but you found 14 gold.
It's mine now.
Yep.
You hear the lightest knock, followed by the door just kind of creaking open. And then Vardrak's head slowly peeking in. Hey, honey.
Persuasion roll.
Yeah, you know what? Why not?
Ha!
Wow. Even with a -5.
-5.
Wow.
Yeah.
Why do I have a -5?
Table of fate.
Oh, great. Fuck you, Bob. I know.
That wasn't Bob. That was actually my friend Christian.
I'm blaming Bob anyway.
Back up. Nope, it was my friend Christian. That's my boy.
Bob, put him up.
My boy. She doesn't answer. She just keeps packing.
He like peeks in a little further. He's like, something wrong?
And she like pauses for a moment, but she's got like that just really stiff posture and she's facing away from you and she's just, am I still dreaming? Is this still a dream or did I panic about you all night just to find you were in Kirla's room?
I don't think you're dreaming, because that would mean we're both dreaming at the same time. But I don't know. But yeah, I meant to come to bed, but I fell asleep. Sorry. Is that wrong?
What were you doing in her room, Vardrak?
A lot of stuff. we talked. I did some training. Then I woke up to the sound of you beating the door. Like, I don't. What? Did I do something wrong?
I want you to think about what this looks like. Okay? Let me just go over this real quick. You were mad at me because I wasn't answering a voice in my head because I thought I was crazy. You're mad at me. You don't go to bed. All night. I panic about you, not wondering if you even made it back to the inn, if you're even home. And when I wake up in the morning, and I can't find you again, you're in Kirla's room, who's the one person who did answer you in their head. Do you know what that looks like?
I
It looks bad.
guessing you thought I was missing because I didn't come to bed. But then you found me. And everything's okay now, right? Shut up, Bob.
It's really hard to be mad at my fantasy husband when my real husband is laughing. I don't get to be mad at him. I don't know how to be an angry wife. It looks like, Vardrock, if I didn't know any better, that you were spending the night in her room. In a not good way. In a, like the whores from your temple kind of way.
Ooh.
Oh, no, nothing.
Fuck.
like his color like of red just like goes like kind of white. Like he suddenly like realized like, oh shit. like no, I would never. You and I and no one else, no, not without your permission, which you did not give. And even if, I mean, she's pretty and she's like you, but no,
You're not making this any better.
Okay. Slow down. Okay. I was upset, but I went to talk to Kirla about it, and she was helping me practice with the mind communication thing, and so I won't do it accidentally anymore, because I figured it was my fault that you thought you were crazy, and I didn't mean to, but it happened, and then you felt bad about it, and then you didn't tell me. But if I had done it by accident, then you wouldn't have felt the need to keep something from me, so it was my fault. And she told me that it wasn't and made me feel better about it. And then I practiced with her, and then I trained while we practiced, and then I fell asleep, and I meant to come to bed, but I was really tired.
Vakta is just kind of like staring at him at this moment, and like that she's never seen him act so panicked before, other than pulling her from the lava. So she's just kind of like, do you... I'm sorry I got mad. But it still would have been nice if you had told me where you had been so I didn't panic.
I didn't think you ever worried about me. You don't seem to worry about anything.
Fardrock, I am your wife. Of course, I worry about you. I'm not good at the whole showing emotion thing. We've talked about this before, and I'm trying to get better at it. But of course I worry, especially when we're in a city that we've never been in before, in a country that we've never been in before. When everybody around us is having nightmares. And I think at this point you're the only one who hasn't. So let's just get out of here, please.
Sure. Yeah, I will get my things. He's kind of like, like trying to move quietly and moves over and starts packing his things.
She is visibly relaxed at this point. She's not like angry, stiff, like tense, ready to tear something apart, but just kind of like
He goes, "Love you."
she's like finishing packing up and like ties her pack shut and looks at me and like, "Love you too."
He like perks up a little bit.
Do you want some jerky?
Yeah.
Okay. She's gonna give him another ration of jerky, which I will subtract, Cliff. I will remember to do that.
You're goddamn right you will.
Food is love.
So this is kind of weird doing it this way, but Jake, you redeemed the potion, and you want to give it to yourself. So go ahead and in the Twitch chat, do a roll 33. Exclamation point roll 33. Thank you. 19. Cool. All right.
I'm greedy.
I love you.
All right. So you guys get all packed up. What is Batsu doing during this entire endeavor?
To the
Besides
door.
talking on mute.
At first, he went to the little cabin that Grimble got for himself. And if he's not there, then he is stretching his wings, doing a lap around the town again to see if he can spot him.
Okay. So he was not there when you got there. Go ahead and give me a perception check.
Y'all got any more of that opium?
No more.
Okay, and so while you're doing that, you're looking for him. After Vakta and Vardrak and Kirla get packed up, what are you guys doing?
So I hate myself. Okay. When Kirla comes to the door all packed up, Vakta will notice that the necklace that Vardrak found when they were in the like shadow plane going to get that cursed weapon, that he's worn ever since that day, is now around her neck.
Why would you do this to yourself?
Why would you do this to yourself?
Because I'm a sick person.
Go ahead and give me a perception check on that to see if you remember and notice it, Vakta.
Skills. Can't wait to notice it.
Give me an insight check.
Oh, I'm not wise. That's great.
Fuck.
So not only do you notice the necklace, you do recall where Vardrak got it from, and that he has been wearing it ever since he got it from the Shadow Plane. Except not now. He ain't wearing it now. And as you guys are getting packed and everything, she comes up. Vakta, you notice this. And Batsu, you notice Grimble walking down the road back towards where you guys are at in your inn. And by the time you can swoop down from the sky to see him, he's already walked inside of the main area where everybody is at.
Batsu's swooping down and walking right in.
Kind of keeping to himself, just looking around, seeing who's there.
As soon as Batsu walks in, he like slaps Grimble on the back and looks at him and looks forward. He's like, "Hope you're ready." And he walks forward past him.
Ready for what?
We're taking off pretty soon.
But I just okay. He's like looking a little rough, like he hasn't really slept well. He's just kind of like accepting that, you know, some shit's gone down and he's back, and now he's just gotta kind of deal with it.
And everybody else, you guys all notice that Grimble is there now too, amongst other things that someone may have noticed.
Stop.
So, Vardrak,
Yes.
you explained everything else. Do you want to explain the necklace?
Oh, yes, that. So after we talked for like hours, and, like she explained to me how like Zuminer had told her about the old temple and who I was, and why he was dedicated to helping me, and in turn she believes in him and she believes in his role and why he has sent her to help me. So because she like, you know, pledged herself, I'm like, hey, you should have this because it's doing me no good, and you would be more helpful if you're going to fight with us to have this instead of me. Made sense to me.
Persuasion roll, please.
I can do that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Shit.
You can try.
What do I roll for that? Perception?
Yeah. Or, yeah. Well.
Fine. Drop
So with that, Vakta can tell that he is being genuine about his explanation. He's not trying to deceive her. He may be trying to sell the scenario more than what might be necessary, which I don't know. That could be true or not. But it definitely appears to be a genuine statement that he's making, and Vakta can instantly tell that he is being genuine.
Okay. She's gonna like just nod, not say anything, but just like nod and just leave it at that.
Is that wrong?
No, that was very well thought out.
Are you doing that not telling me everything thing you do again?
No, I really do think that was very well thought out.
I feel like a deception check is
Okay, go ahead and give a deception check, and then Vardrak, you could do a perception check to
I'm proficient.
You can't even do that.
Yeah.
Perception +2. No, you can't even do it. So,
Mm-mm.
I mean, you think, Vardrock thinks she is completely okay with everything and everything is fine.
She says he's fine and he's okay with this.
Not only does she say that she's fine, she fucking is selling that. Like, yeah, no, I'm perfect. Everything is golden good.
And then later on, she's like, I think it's funny how.
I
Hold
just
on,
think.
I have never used that, so I have to write it down. I don't. All right. I think it's funny how. ...
Yeah, thank you
And
for
if you
letting-
manage to bring that into the game a little bit later on, you know, that's good stuff too.
Let's stop it.
Anything you want. Oh, great DM.
Yeah. So, and like I said, and you notice that Vardrock, after this exchange with her, you look over and notice that Grimble is standing there next to Batsu, and they're just kind of looking on.
He's just kind of like looking back and forth, just what's with the animosity here?
Vardrock looks over at Grimble and then he his whole demeanor from like this nervous tension that he has just totally changes and he just squints and stares. Are you done fighting whatever inner demons you have?
It was just a yeah. I'm good now.
Good. So I can assume that you'll have your head on straight from this point forward.
I mean, as straight as it can be for a dwarf. We're only so far off the ground.
I have no problems with dwarves and drinking, but whatever as long as that's over, then we're good.
I mean, just don't let me back in that witch's hut. Whatever herb that was did silly, silly things to me. But I should tell you about what I saw when I was away.
What is that?
I found a shipwreck. It called to me. It was alluring, but I thought I would come back and get you all before I went and looked at it. But I think we should go look at it. There might be something there that we can use.
Did it wreck while you were there? Because if it's been there for a while, I'm sure it's already like anything.
It didn't look too old, but it was a little bit out of the way in the water. But I think we can get to it. It was over around the corner of the island. I don't think anyone's been there yet. It did not look too disturbed.
Shipwrecks are good. I mean, in this kind of area, I doubt anyone just crashes normally. It must have been from Omen's Point or some other creature might have gotten to them.
Sure, we can do it
Right.
on the way to where we're going.
They might have useful supplies. It wouldn't be a bad idea to stop.
Sure, we'll check it out. Then we need to figure out where these sea demons or whatever they are located.
Me too, but okay. Whatever.
And with that, you guys finish gathering your stuff and get ready to go. For everybody in chat, because of the amount of retweets and everything that we got last week, we're going to open up a community event. So there'll be a poll that'll pop up that you guys get to vote on something, but it's completely vague with no description. So you just kind of have to go and vote on what you think. So there'll be instructions that will be popping up on the screen right now. So you could do ! vote 0 for intoxicated, ! vote 1 for Left 4 Dead, and ! vote 2 for just sleeping. Feel free to do that.
Bob's vote. He's out getting me a milkshake, but he's paying attention to the stream on his phone.
Damn it, Bob.
But since he's not technically here, I can not vote for.
I mean, you can vote for him if you want. Whatever he wants you to do. So we'll let this run for a little bit, and we can just continue this on. So you guys get everything packed up and head out. What is your guys' first plan? What are you doing?
No, before we start on this new venture, should we try and wait for Ravage and Rakara, or should we leave a note or a message with the innkeeper? What should we do?
Where did they say they were going?
They didn't say.
Huh, awesome. Just
Shouldn't
leave a
they have been
note.
back by now? Didn't
If Ravage had given any details, that would have been great, but he really didn't. So how long this quest of his takes, who knows?
Can we just leave a note? I'm tired of being in this city. I don't want to wait here.
Yeah, fair enough. Vardrak will step over to the innkeep and describe those two to him.
How does he describe them?
Big hairy guy that came in with us, little evil guy who makes your skin crawl.
Like,
Yeah.
oh, that one, yes. We remember that one.
That makes sense.
If they come back through, just let them know we'll be back, I guess is the best way to put it. But if we're not back in, say, 3 days, tell them to head back home.
And he just nods and he's like writing it down on a piece of parchment.
All right. Any other business we need to take care of before we head for this sunken ship?
Nothing from me.
can't think of anything.
I mean, it would be nice if we could go get to... Never mind.
Lead us to where you found this ship.
All right. Okay. Grimble starts leading him in the direction that he saw the ship.
Okay. So you guys start cutting through the town, and you head off to the west side of Anthrop. And I'm gonna manhandle Grimble a little bit here.
Hey, puppy.
You
Do
know
we
you
have a
love
safe word
it.
for this?
You know you love it.
You know you want to move my token.
Move that token so well.
It's German now?
It's always German.
German dungeon torture porn? Like, that's a thing.
German dungeon keeper. Torture porn.
Ah.
So he takes you to like the edge where there's the little river. And you guys wade across, and he takes you off to the side. And as you guys go around, there's this area where the sand beach meets this rocky alcove. And there is this area where there's just a large amount of like wood and debris that are washed up. And then on the opposite side of this alcove, you can see the remnants of a ship sticking above the rocks. Everybody go ahead and give me a perception check, please.
Good. I'm terrible.
No need to roll, guys. I got this.
Oh, God.
Oh, that actually wasn't bad.
I'm actually rather impressed with you.
And she can
But
see
not
that
as
she's
impressed as I
impressed.
am with myself.
I'm short. I can't see shit.
So, and no one has any sort of experience with ships or anything like that, right?
Just the one we rode in on.
Okay, perfect. So,
I know a ton about ships.
okay.
Rolling
Perfect.
deception.
Rolling deception with a DC 30 modifier. So Vardrak and Vakta, you would notice that from the amount of debris that you see on the shore, this appears to be multiple ships that have crashed here, or the wood has been relocated here. But it definitely appears that there are more than one ship's worth of wood here.
Interesting. Okay.
Does there seem to be anything besides broken off wood or anything like that? Like any sort of items that were on these ships?
Not that you could tell from here. It looks like the majority of everything is on the other side of this alcove, and what's on the beach that's washed up here, it almost appears like it was something that may have, either through time or force or whatever, detached from the main part of the ship and has washed up in this area through the tides coming in and out.
After it's kind of like kicking through some of the debris, he looks over to Grimble and says, "Are you good with tracking like footsteps and things of that sort?"
Decently so. Yes.
I can't tell if this stuff was moved here or just washed ashore in this one spot. Can you see if there's any tracks around?
Give me a survival if you want.
Can do that for sure. Bam!
Damn.
So you notice that through looking up and down the beach, some of the areas that are further out from where the waves would wash up when tide comes in or anything, there appears to be drag marks that could be easily missed or confused for something else. But your keen eye spots the fact that it looks like things have been dragged, and they go to where they're going in the direction of where the water would be at by that rocky alcove, but the trails stop where the tide would come in at.
Looks to be some markings here, but the tide has washed away a good bit of it. But there might be something off in this direction. Gribble walks over and points off to where he sees the drag markings going. Or where he thinks they might be going.
Can you tell if they're going into or coming from the water?
Can I tell?
Yeah, with a 27. Yeah. The trails definitely appear to be coming like from the direction of where the city was, towards that alcove.
Okay. Towards the alcove out into the water, or towards...
Like from the direction that it's going, like so there's a rocky alcove here, the water's over here. You guys are on this side of it, right? Okay. So it looks like it's going like this, towards like where the massive amount of ships and everything are. Almost like someone brought it there and kind of threw it on the pile, if you will.
Okay. They're coming over this direction. It looks like they pulled a bunch of crap up here and then just threw it all over there.
Well, you said there was a whole bolt somewhere, right?
I saw the wreckage and I assumed that there was a boat here.
Well, it doesn't look like there's a boat here. Not a...
I mean, it looks like there could foreseeably be a full ship on the other side of this alcove that you guys are standing at looking over. You could see the top of like a ship there, but you can't see through. You can only see what's there.
Well, you want to
Matsu's
lead
got
us...
wings right now. He can fly up and see, can't he?
You talking to me, but
Batsu just like he got his shoes in his hand. He's like walking with the sand in his toes. He's like, "You're gonna make me do this now?" Alright. He sits down. He starts putting on his shoe. Like, you're the survival one. What? You scoped out this area. Why do I gotta do this now?
'Cause you've got the
Do you want my
wings.
short ass little legs to try to climb up over those rocks? You have wings. This seems much more practical for you to do.
Or you can try and carry him while you fly.
I like that
that'll be
idea.
Significantly more difficult.
Come on, Grumble. Let me pull you up into the air.
The last time we had that idea, it did not go so well. I'll remind you.
No, I think this should happen. Let's just try it.
You're just trying to get me hurt this time.
Matsu just takes off as everyone's talking.
See? There we go. Everything's fine.
Give me another perception check, please. And give me an investigation check. So
Alrighty.
He
We
saw
need to
some
get into
shit.
combat soon.
So as you fly up into the air, you get this aerial view. You fly out over the water a little bit, and you kind of look at this area, and the alcove appears to be in almost like a horseshoe configuration. And the rocky alcove kind of bleeds off into the grass in the back. But it appears to be some sort of a cove. And you can see that there are what appear to be entire ships, or at least the majority of ships, that are kind of crammed in here haphazardly. From where you're at, you can see that there are 3 ships that appear to be pretty much fully intact. And then surrounding it, there is just debris and boards and things that have been crammed in there that have kind of formed like a makeshift dam at the mouth of this cove. And then the little bit of boards that you see spilling out seem to be getting pulled out from the waves. And what everybody else can see on the shore is just like the broken off pieces of like this much larger conglomerate of ships that are like in this cove. And as you swoop down a little bit to get a closer look at it, you can see that the cove actually has an opening where it looks like you could go into it. Like it's not just a function of the water here, that there may be like a cave system there.
Oh.
Any movement?
The only movement you see is the rocking of the boards from the waves.
Okay.
What do you see?
Going swooping back down, taking some dirt up as I land on purpose.
Tap.
You're all toddlers.
I didn't even hit you, Batsu. Why are you splashing me with the sand?
And he's like sitting on the floor, taking off his shoes again, making me fucking do shit. There's boats over there. There's a few. But there's like big blockage of everything. The cove leads deeper, I think.
Yeah, deep.
I don't know. It looks like something's bunkering up there. Maybe worth checking out.
So let's go.
All right. Well, lead the way.
Can never relax.
You can relax
Trying
when
to-
you're dead.
I'm trying to enjoy this weather instead of being a grump about it. Batsu starts walking off.
So you want the guy with the wings to lead the way?
Yeah,
Make you guys have a fun time following.
he spotted the cave.
Oh,
He's like, come
He's
this way,
walking
guys.
right now.
Shh.
Bro.
he's walking right now for the
Yeah.
most part.
Sin, give me a D20, please.
Be right back real quick.
As you're walking, you step on like a jellyfish or some sort of like gelatinous creature, very, very tiny. But as you step on it, you just feel this burn of damage on your right foot.
Immediately just falls over. He's like, God! hate this place. We need to fucking go. I'm tired of this. Putting his shoes back.
Oh, I'm sorry, not sorry.
That's amazing. Beautiful.
And he's getting dirty. He's like burying this thing, packing it down, trying to kill this little without touching it.
So after your tantrum, you get up and you start leading the way in there.
Just a wee jellyfish.
Which way are you leading them in? Are you trying to like climb over this rocky alcove? Are you just gonna walk through the front part of the water? Are you gonna be a dick and fly and be like, "Come on, keep up"?
Yeah, let's lead him over the rocky part, but he ain't climbing. He's flying.
Oh, come on. It's a little bit of water. We can't. You're making me climb up there with me stubby legs.
He goes back down. All right, let's go this way. And as he's getting to the water, Batsu's like walking on top of it.
I need everybody to go ahead and give me an athletics check at how well you're climbing up this rocky
I knew
alcove.
that was fucking coming. Ooh, he's trying. Oh, god damn it.
And in John's absence,
Are we dead?
No,
Grumble, maybe.
y'all are flying over these rocks and my stubby ass legs are just struggling.
Can I do acrobatics for this?
how are you gonna acrobatically scale a rocky alcove?
It's definitely more acrobatics than athletics.
Climbing up a rocky alcove?
Yeah.
Is this really the explanation you're going with here of how you're gonna do this? I'm giving you the opportunity to wow me here with how it's working, and you're like, it just is.
Is very nimbly jumping from one foothold to the next.
Okay, so
Like it's not a dexterous thing to do.
so John, I
am
forgot.
not strong, and I can do this.
So John, I forgot. I rolled a 25 on yours, but I forgot one of your Table of Fate rolls was that your skill check is supposed to use your lowest modifier. So go ahead and give me another roll with just a +1, please. You can just do a D20 with a 1 modifier.
Okay.
Just for you opening your mouth, that's all.
Ooh, Bob gave me a good explanation. Parkour.
Oh,
Okay.
For skill
the only
checks
one.
too?
Just for one of them. All right, give me an acrobatics then. Since
Parkour. I'm not athletic. I don't want to die.
let me
Well,
tell you
I'm
that.
proficient, so I can't roll under a 10 anyway.
That's true.
23.
That's true. So you should have just did the athletics and not complained.
I'm not proficient in athletics, so I wouldn't get that.
Is it just for what you're proficient in?
I believe so.
I don't think it is.
Am I unintentionally crippling myself?
I think you are.
That seems right.
So, and Batsu, you said you're just flying over it, aren't you?
oh yeah. I mean,
Okay.
I rolled a 23 still.
I'm about to say, I don't know why you rolled. Jake and John, go ahead and give me D20s,
Yeah.
please.
It's only proficiency.
Why? Is this gonna be a repeat of my last game where I can't roll over a fucking 4?
It might be, but in this case, it's good. So you guys, as you're scaling the mountain, well, it's funny. You guys get a couple scuffs, and the rocks. It must be from your guys' being a little bit heavier than Vakta, who just kind of nimbly winged up the side. You guys were climbing up, and the rocks were falling beneath. You guys took a little bit of a scuffle. Grimble, you took 3 damage, but you were able to shake it off. Vardrock, you took 7 damage.
That's other things on his mind.
It's just rock.
Yeah.
Come on.
And as you guys get to the top of this alcove, you all now see that about 10, 15 feet below where you guys are at, there is just this gridlock of ships that appear to have been crammed into this cove in different arrangements, almost to the point where like they have created this jam of like interconnecting wooden planks. And you can see that most of the decks from up here are completely in shape, not destroyed. And a little bit further to the left, you guys see that there is an opening. The alcove kind of comes over like this, and it dips around. But between the bottom of, well, I guess it would be the top of that inner cave and the decks of the ships below you, it looks like the cove continues inward under the ground.
Ah, see, there you go. Otter pirates.
Pirates, huh?
Otter pirates.
Otter
Who else
pi-
would make a dam like that? Grimble's trying to be funny and obviously failing at it.
Do otters make dams?
Yes?
I thought beavers made dams.
Oh, maybe I'm thinking of pirate beavers.
The wind blows through the cave, and it sounds kind of like...
What the hell is that?
Beautiful.
Like the Mother Nature is mocking me.
Beavers sounds delicious. Let's go.
I've been known to enjoy a beaver or two in my time if you catch my drift for a track. He like nudges him in the side.
He looks confused, but like nudges back like he knows. He clearly doesn't know what you're talking about.
Vakto's just like finger guns. I know what you mean. Hey.
So how are you guys approaching this?
Bardrock's following whoever was leading us to this place.
I don't think you want me to go first anymore.
Oh, is this where you were leading us?
I mean, I told you it was here, but the last time I made the decisions, you all got mad. So, have at it.
All right, well, let's go. He starts walking in.
You can't really walk in. Like I said, you guys are up on this alcove, and about 10, 15 feet below you are like the decks of the ship.
Oh,
So you could like jump down on it if you wanted to, or you could find some other way to get there if you're trying to go in.
I got some rope. Can I tie it off on the rocks, or
Yeah.
like wedge it into the rocks and lower us down from that?
Yeah, for sure. Give me a survival.
Sure as shit can.
Okay.
yeah, you can.
I was really worried for a moment.
Survival's like my best thing. Survival and insight.
Yeah, so after a few minutes, Grimble fashions together this rope and kind of tosses it down, and it unwinds all the way, and there's still a little bit of a curled up at the bottom on top of the deck, showing that you guys have plenty of room to be able to get down there.
Just climbing down.
So that lowest modifier thing, that was only for one roll?
Correct.
Jumping down, going for a superhero landing.
Oh, rough on the knees.
Are you really jumping down?
Yes.
Okay. Give me a percentile die and call high or low before you do.
Athletics doesn't matter. Go high.
Cool. So you
Oh,
guys
20.
watch. You guys watch as Vardrock jumps down, boom, lands on the decking, like with this perfect superhero landing, fist touching and everything. And he stands up and looks at you guys, and then just the entire deck caves in, and you just see him fall into darkness.
God
I think
damn
there's
it.
a loud unison of face palms. In this.
It sounds like applause. That's all Vardrak needed to hear.
What about the rope? Okay, we're coming.
Vox is gonna shimmy down the rope.
How much farther does it look down from the end of the rope?
What do you mean?
Like, so, like, where the rope ends after, like, it crashed, where Vardrak crashed through, how much farther did Vardrak crash through the deck before he stopped?
From where you guys are standing right now, with the sun being off to your guys' right and the ship being completely dark inside, when he tumbled inside, you just lost sight of him.
Worth it.
Batsu takes a little peek. Yeah, I can't see shit. Vardrak, you alive?
Vardrak!
I don't think he's alive.
Wait a minute. I know a surefire way to get him to respond. What's your name?
Lights up the room with fire.
Oh, damn it.
And all of a sudden you hear, as Keela's climbing down, she goes, he says he's okay, and wait, wrecked him, damn near killed him? What is She's like, I don't get it. Okay, whatever. He's laughing about this joke he just told. Whatever. He's fine.
So yes, everybody climbs down onto the deck of this ship, and as you guys look down, you see this giant hole that's standing there. And about 20 feet or so below the hole, you see Vardrak just standing down there, just looking up through it. John, give me 4d8.
Let go of my mouse. There we go.
He looks a little scuffed up, but for the most part, he's still got that stupid grin on his face, whether it be from the superhero landing or from the joke that he just told.
Both.
Was it worth it?
So worth it.
Box is like, it was a little impressive.
he gets it.
Vox is just shaking her head. She doesn't have a response. She's just...
Gribble just, like, looked up at him, looked back at the rope, looks down at him, looks at the rope. What? Hey,
but Batsu and Vakta were both impressed, so worth it.
I did not say
that's the look
that.
she gets when she's impressed.
That is not the look I get when I'm
see it
impressed.
all the time.
Grimble,
That much is true.
Grimble, you want me to go and untie your rope so you can get it again, or you want to leave it so you can climb out?
Let's
later?
leave it for now in case we need to get the hell out of here.
I've got a rope in case we need a rope again.
I mean,
I have
I
more
could-
rope. That was only 10 feet of it. I have another 40 feet.
I can go and tie up another one, but I don't know how well you guys would trust me with tying a rope for you guys to climb up.
I have plenty more rope. We should be fine.
And as you guys are standing on the top of the deck, you guys can see that the deck that you're on of this ship is like this. There's another one that's in front of your guys's that's slightly underneath it. And then there's a third ship that's kind of wedged between the two of them that would be behind it to your guys' right. And looking forward, you can see that it does indeed go into a cave system a little bit further beyond. John, give me a perception check.
Ooh, caves.
Lucky I can be today with this, aren't you?
Oh.
Wow, okay.
From where you're standing at right now, it looks like this ship has not been robbed. It has not been looted. Nothing. Everything seems to be intact. Almost to the point that you would think that like these ships may have been like stolen and left here to come back to later, or for some other reason the crew has completely just left this ship here.
regardless of the why and the reasoning, while they're making their way in, he's already filling up his bags of anything that looks valuable.
Okay. Boop, 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 boop. And are you letting them know what you're doing, or are you just at work?
As they're coming in, he's like, "This ship is full of all kinds of good stuff. You guys, come fill your bags."
I told ye. Grimble starts walking around. He's like, "Ah, yes, caves. I know them. I am a dwarf. I dig ye a hole. Diggy hole. Digging a hole."
Once we get all the good stuff, yeah, let's go in the cave and see what else we can find.
John, roll me a d20.
But I used up all my good ones.
Will it make you feel any better if I tell you that there are no bad ones this time?
Oh, yeah, that would be good.
Okay.
I rolled it. It landed in the area. It didn't count for anything.
No,
Hey!
it doesn't.
Oh my god.
God.
Cliff,
You forgot to turn off the cheat codes.
I did. God damn it.
Wait, that was a D12. Why is it rolling up? Hold on. How do I reset this?
Right click in an open area and do a range die. Dresden just gave everybody on the board a player point.
Woo!
Hey, I'm back at the 1.
Thank you, Dresden.
That's so much better than when we lose them all.
Not nearly as fun.
Bob.
It's not always his fault.
No, I'm just always gonna blame him because it's funny.
Yep.
Fair.
It just takes once.
So when Vardrak tells everybody that there's treasure and everything down there, what are you guys on the deck doing?
I'm going from ship to ship. Not the one that we're on right now, looking over the other ones.
Sliding down into the hole to get the treasure.
Grimble, not to be undone, he also attempts to jump through the hole that Vardrak made and make a superhero landing.
God damn.
Yes.
Give me an acrobatics.
Well,
Give me a percentile die high roll.
Land on the bottom face first. Bounce off the floor.
Not only do you take 16 points of falling damage, you also break your left ankle.
but does he try to play it off as the question?
You can give me a performance check at disadvantage if you want to.
Wow, double 14s.
He plays it off pretty decently. If you guys, who's around? Vakta, what were you doing at this moment?
Slipping down into the hole, but
That's what he said. So you kind of slithered your way down before him, right? Because you said it before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Give me a perception check. Vardrak, you can give me a perception check too. I just don't think that Vardrak would care enough to perceive this.
got it.
Let's see. Yeah, he
Yeah, no. So Vardrak's busy just gathering all the loot that he can find, but Vakta, you see him land, and you see his foot kind of turn the wrong way. Give me a medicine check, Vakta.
As Grimble lands, like, he does the same pose, and then he just, like, looks up and he's like, nailed it!
So Vakta, you could totally tell that he hurt himself doing that. You don't know to what degree, but you definitely know that his ankle should not be facing this way. Like when his other foot's like this. Like, you know that's not right.
Grimble? You need a healer?
He looks over and sees that Vardrak's like overfilling his pockets. He's like, yeah, just don't say anything to him.
Vox is gonna like peek out of the hole. Kirla! Kirla!
Like, yeah, I'm coming.
So just so you guys know, Kirla has nothing to be able to fix a broken ankle.
Hold
So
on.
she kind of looks at it and she's like, I need
Snap it back around the right way and feed him a potion bottle real quick.
that she could potentially do. She could do a medicine. What is medicine? Is that wisdom or intelligence?
Wisdom.
Wisdom, I want to say.
That's what I thought it was, but I wanted to make
Like,
sure.
Nothing's intelligence. It's
Okay, so yeah, no, she doesn't think that just snapping it back in place would be the best thing to do for a broken ankle. She could heal him, but she's like,
I think it requires a lesser restoration, which one person has, but the one person you don't want to know.
So while this is going on here, I need Melissa, Sin, and Jake to give me a perception check for looting these ships. And Jake, I need an additional D20 from you.
Ooh.
Ah, damn. Everybody rolled high.
Yup, you guys did really good.
Right, so that was for the D20, and then or for the extra on the nat 20,
Yep.
and then that's for yeah, okay.
Perfect. Would it help if I told you that none of these are good?
Can I do a survival check to try to fashion a splint for my ankle?
You
Out of all the
can.
gold that's around.
You can at disadvantage.
Oh no!
Oh no!
Okay, that looked like a 1 on the screen. It's a
So you managed to put together a makeshift splint, but your ankle is still kind of like not right, and you will be suffering a -10 movement penalty until you get this fixed.
Sure.
He's
Okay.
already the slowest person.
So it was gonna be just a straight half his movement speed, but because he did that, I'm gonna be a little bit nicer with it. Not much, but some.
Well, I appreciate you guys bringing me along. I know I'm a bit of a pain in the ass, but well, he showed off. I couldn't just let that be. I don't like
Pay no attention to these dice. Pay no,
I don't like you rolling shit in the background.
What are you doing?
pay no attention.
I don't like this.
See, the tricksy thing here is like we can't see it in Fantasy Grounds, but if I look over on the stream, I can.
Well, I'm not hiding anything on that one, so this is just what you guys have found from your guys' searching. But also, don't be looking on the stream, cheating at.
just a little bit too. Anyway.
Fuck off, Bob.
So yeah, so through your guys' looting, you guys start just grabbing everything that you can see, and shoving it into your bags, and like you guys never even seen Vardrak really this vested in looting. Because normally he's more nonchalant about it, but you see him over there like opening up the bag and like clearing off tables that have like gilded drinkware, and there's gems and there's coin you guys are finding. Like it baffles you guys that someone would leave this much wealth just laying around.
I think we should probably count our blessings and get the hell out of here. That does not seem normal.
Yeah, but what's in the cave?
See, normally I would agree with ye, but this is an absurd amount of gold to just be leaving here. I don't think whatever left this stuff here left it for the gold. I think it probably is here for hiding this cave, and it does not seem like we want to go in there.
What if we send someone who is difficult to find to take a look around first?
After looting, Batsu comes flying back onto the deck of the ship and looks in.
Ah, Batsu!
How convenient!
He's like, "You guys get your shit here. There's a bunch of stuff on the other ones."
And as you guys do this, before you coax Batsu into all this, sharing your guys' plunder amongst one another, you guys managed to find 2,300 platinum, 16,000 gold, 400 crafting reagents, 2 black opals, an emerald, a fire opal, oil of sharpness, a potion of supreme healing. You find a spell scroll that you don't quite know what it does, a star sapphire, and a yellow sapphire.
So
the sapphire.
that's all good.
Sapphire.
Let's leave it in our bags as it is and get the hell out of here, and we can divvy it up once we're gone. This does not sit right with me. I know I all led you here, but this is a shitload of gold. We should get out.
Batsu, you said there's more gold on the other boats?
We should get out.
So you guys gathered everything that you could gather at this point.
Yeah, Batsu's like, "I already searched through the other ones as you guys were making some noise in here. I heard another dump. What was that?"
Hit. Dump.
Project's like, he's slinging the slack over his shoulder.
Gribble's gonna make his way over to the opening, and there's still somebody up top, right? Kill is still up top.
No, everybody's down now.
Yep.
No. Did we lower a rope or anything through the hole?
Nope. Everybody kind of just jumped through. Most people weren't as gregarious as you were with it, but.
Hey, Batsu, could you lend me a hand here? I don't tell Vardrak, but I hurt me leg. Can you lift me up through the hole so we can get out of here?
I
got a bad feeling about this one. We have not had good luck in the water so far, and there's more water around here than I care for.
Batsu like starts lowering the rope down. Then when it gets to the floor, he wraps it around one of the masts of the ship. He's like, I'm not going down there, but you can try to climb out.
Gribble starts trying to climb out
Go ahead and give me an athletics check, please.
with his broke ass fucking ankle. Hey!
Ooh.
All right.
He's got a really bad feeling about this. He's just like,
Yeah.
no.
So, so you guys see him like grab and start pulling himself on, and he like hooks his feet for a second, and you see him kind of wince in pain a little bit, and he looks over at you guys, and then he's just like,
Something wrong, Grimble?
No, I'm good.
"Don't act like you've seen that shit, Vardrak."
No, he's good. He made it out there fast.
Perception rolling ass.
Yeah. So he crawls out through the Vardrak opening and makes his way onto the top of the deck. I was gonna say it, but I didn't say it.
Batsu sees Grimble just like scurrying over with whatever he's managed to grab like on his bags and over the rope that he first put up, and he's already just trying to go at it.
No. We're checking out the cave. We need a
But But I just climbed all the way up here. but why? Oh, I really don't think that's a good idea.
I know, neither do I. But we need to find some stuff that may have done this.
But also the cave of the Omen thing, Omen's Point. What about that?
Yeah, we need whoever did this may have been involved with that. Boats and stuff go missing. We found a bunch.
Yeah, and we got a shitload of gold. I think we should take that as a win.
Can we hear this
I
conversation?
would, but we're not here for gold. We're here for something.
Says you.
Can we hear this conversation, Cliff?
Are you guys both on the deck at this point?
Yeah.
I would assume so.
Grimble's
Alright.
being really loud. He's like really weighed down by this
Then
whole situation.
sure, then yeah, you hear it.
Batsu, was this cave in your dream?
No, I was in town.
You all had dreams too? I don't want to be hearing any shit for dreams now.
You're not getting your shit for dreams. You're getting your shit for punching his woman.
I did.
I think that's what pushed the limit.
If there is a chance that maybe the sea devils are down in that cave, or perhaps the answer to you both having these dreams, or actually you three having dreams at this point, maybe we should just take a look. If it's something too nasty, we just leave.
I don't care much about sea devils. All I care about is killing that seaman.
I was waiting for that.
He just stared at Batsu, just like blank slate, like not realizing what he just said. Just completely serious.
We have a semen problem?
No, but you did last night, apparently, Vardrak.
What?
For one, you wouldn't know that. For two, you wouldn't say that.
Set me up, motherfucker.
Batsu is still holding this rope. He's like, I've had a Steven problem since I fucking left on this ship.
And Vakta, as you're leaving the ship, as you're making your way back out to the surface, you see this glint of light that catches your eye, and as you turn to face it, you see on this placard on the wall there's this pendant, and as you look closer on it, it looks like it has a platinum coin on the end of the pendant, but someone has engraved over it the face of a beautiful woman. And as you're looking at this, it kind of glints this orange. She is thinking really hard about this.
Really?
I am. I don't know if I want it. I
That's
want
what
it. I want
What
it.
happens when you have semen problems?
Because there's a part of me that's like, he really wants to leave. He really wants to get off the ship. We should leave.
I mean,
want the shiny thing.
Like-
it's like on the path of where you're headed to. Like you could just nab that off the wall, and you wouldn't even have to miss a beat a step.
Don't do it.
Rolling perception to see if it's attached to anything further.
It doesn't appear to be, but you'd probably want to use your thieves tool to see if there's anything like that.
All right, I'll do that then. Well, I'm proficient, so that's an 18.
So it doesn't appear to be anything on there. It looks like someone put it up there to like commemorate it or to frame it for some sort of a conquest or something. But from what you can tell, there are no traps to it. It looks perfectly fine.
I'm taking it.
As you grab it and you hold on to it, like it has like a warmth to it that you feel in your hands. But yeah, nothing bad happens.
Cool, it's mine.
And you guys just make your way back out through the rope that Grimble did, back onto the deck of the ship.
All right. Now that we've investigated this area, let's go find these sea devils.
Do we have to?
They've been reaching out to
No,
you all.
the witch. No, there were no sea devils in my dream, and the witch didn't even think it was related. It just happened in Batsu's dream. That probably didn't have anything to do with the actual sea devils. It's probably just random nightmares. I don't want to go find them. If I was dead in Batsu's dream and we found them, I don't want to go find them.
But if we're trying to head to this storm and they're going to be a problem, that's more difficulty we don't need. Perhaps they have information that would be useful to us.
Well, we haven't even gotten close to the storm yet.
I don't
Let's
think they
go
would
look
even-
at the storm, see what we see, and then we can decide what to do. We can always come back here. We know where this place is.
I don't think they'd even talk to us because, as far as everyone said, they're just incredibly violent.
Look, I will leave it up to you all to decide, but as confident as I am that this is the right course of action to head into that storm, it would be foolish to ignore all the warnings that we've had that everyone that's come before us has failed. Now, my master taught me that confidence can be a strength, but overconfidence can be a weakness. I don't want to head in just so determined that by Tiamat's might, we're going to just succeed and then we just die like everyone else. So if this thing has been reaching out to Batsu, trying to tell us something, it's worth looking at before we venture out there, in my opinion. Again, I leave it up to all of you.
As much as I dislike the witch for giving the dwarf opium,
But
I not to. I do believe her when she said that the dreams were probably just dreams warning us to not go into the storm. I don't think it's anything reaching out and trying to help. I think it's things trying to push us away. I think the sea devils had nothing to do with it. I think my nightmare had nothing to do with it. And
What was your nightmare anyway?
Can I talk to you about it later? Not right now.
What? Why does it need to be secret?
Can I just talk to you about it later and not right now?
I mean, of course, but
Okay.
okay. Well, Grimble, is there anything you or Batsu have seen in your dreams that might be helpful? Because I feel like as much as you all have woken up and it has affected you so deeply, it was more than just dreams.
You were able to breathe underwater. That's what we need. That's why I'm trying to find this.
There we go.
Okay.
I will say,
Something
there-
happened in Grimble's dream, and it turned out to be real, right?
I mean, as far as I know, all I want to know is the name.
Vakta, whatever happened in your dream, is that real? Do you know?
I don't know yet.
Is it?
I can only hope that it's not, but something is telling me that it is. But it doesn't seem like it was in the future. It seems like it was in the past. And
Something that could help us?
No. It was more personal. And not my personal. I guess kind of my personal. But no,
What?
it just... it would have no bearing on us moving forward.
Okay. So you were shown a dream of the past that is personal, not personal, someone else's personal, and you don't think it's relevant, but you can't talk about it in front of everyone.
Was it about Grimble?
No. It was not about Grimble.
Okay. Was it about me? You can trust
No.
me. I've already told you guys. You can trust me.
It was not about you.
You can trust me too. Your silence is telling. All right, fine.
Who's gonna tell him? I'm not gonna tell him.
'Twas just a little bit of opium. I've cut the habit now. It's fine.
Okay, how about this? You and I step aside, and you tell me about this dream that you don't want to talk about in front of other people, if I'm reading this correctly. And maybe, Batsu, if you can stealthily check out maybe that cave and see what you can see without getting yourself into trouble. It's up to you. You don't have to.
Batsu's walking towards the cave entrance.
Batsu, are you going in stealth or how are you going in?
Yeah, stealthily. If it looks like there's anything to hide behind as I'm going in, he's doing that.
Okay, go ahead and give me a stealth check. And you make your way into the cave. So Vakta and Vardrak, you guys step aside.
Grimble, if you hear anything going wrong at all, let us know. We're not going to be far.
I mean, I'll at least come down there with you. Just.
Okay, yeah, you go with him without,
I'm not going with Batu. I'm gonna stay here.
Okay, all right, you and Kira stay here. We'll be right back. Then he steps away with her. Okay, so what is this about?
I woke up in the middle of the night, and you still weren't there, and I was just gonna go back to bed, but I heard a child crying in the middle of the street, and when I went out to investigate, well, he kept crying about how most of how his friends and family, his home had been attacked, and when I tried to keep him safe and search for you guys to see if any of you were nearby, when I went back, the kid was you, Vardrak.
What?
There was a guy in big armor, and he had killed a lot of people. He had beaten you, and the only thing I remember him saying, other than seeing child you screaming and crying on the floor, was, "And I shall call you Vardrak." And I lost my shit and tried to stab him, and that's when I woke up. So, like I said, probably had nothing to do with the storm or anything, but
Big, heavy armor, long, white hair and beard.
Cliff, does that sound right?
Sounds pretty spot on.
Okay. Boxer just kind of like nods and just, that's true?
You've heard me referred to the old man or the old paladin. He's the one that sacked my old temple and killed everyone. Him and his other paladin crew, all of which he trained, and then he decided for some reason to take me in instead of killing me too. But if that's what you saw, then yes, you saw, I guess, a memory. I don't know. Doesn't matter.
I'm sorry.
Sorry for what? Was this?
What you went through, that's shitty.
Told you a little of what I've been through, but it was all to make me stronger. I'm probably only alive because of what he did for me. Or to me, depending on what your view is on it, but whatever. Was there anything that you found helpful in it?
You mean for the storm? Or
I
just in
guess.
general? No.
Both.
Child, you was very sweet and trusting. That's what I learned.
He like frowns up and that's not me anymore. And he turns and starts walking away like that angered some part of him. He's heading back for Grimble and Kirla.
Especially Kirla. Batsu, when you're in the
Motherfucker.
when Batsu, as you walk through this cave, you see that the cave there's like rubble and pieces of broken ship that kind of litter the side walls. And as you go forward, you see that the cave continues on, but it goes into some water. But the water is almost perfectly clear water. And you can see straight through it that it looks like there's an underwater tunnel. But that's as far as you go.
Okay. And I'm guessing there's not that much light where I'm at too.
You just have the sunlight coming in. At this point, the sun is just halfway crescenting through the opening of the cave that you can see in the sky. So it's letting a pretty good amount of light in. But in the mouth of this cave, there's nothing really there. But like I said, as you get to the end of it, you can see that it dips down into like an underwater tunnel. And you can't tell from there how far that goes.
Okay. I'm going back to the mouth of the cave and just waiting for the group.
And Vardrak, you end up meeting back up with Grimble and Kirla, and Vakta follows behind slowly thereafter.
Any sign of Batsu?
Not yet. I mean, he went off, but you all went to talk, and I've just been sitting here with Kirla.
All right. I'm going to go down and check and see if everything's clear. And I'll let you know if it's safe. And he starts climbing down the rope.
And as you go down to the mouth of the cave, you can see that it goes in. It's pretty straightforward how it opens up. You can see Batsu standing there waiting. And the cave only goes about 25, 30 feet deep before it ends at this pool of water.
Deep.
Are the rest coming?
They'll be along. I told them to hold back until I found out if everything was okay. and Batu can tell like Vardrak seems like impatient and like anxious all of a sudden, but he's like still talking normally. It's just like he just seems like he's just his mind is not completely focused. Okay, but what did you find?
There's some water at the end of the cave. Looks like it leads further in, but I'm guessing there's not going to be that much light there, and I can't see if I go by myself.
All right. So there's a tunnel, and not sure what's on the other side of it, correct?
Yeah, it's great.
I still have. Damn it, I did not prepare that spell. Well,
Hold on.
I guess maybe. Do you feel? I'm gonna leave this to your judgment. Do you feel that this is worth pursuing, at least looking into, in the slightest, to see what's on the other side of that tunnel, or should we go with what Grimble is saying and we should just leave this place? I didn't have your dream. I didn't have your experience. I don't know what you felt. What in your gut says is right now?
Nothing's telling me that this is right. I'm only doing this so we actually have some kind of idea, maybe, of what to expect when we go out to the Omen's Point.
So
Because
you
if
think
we
this
just
would help?
go, I do. It's the most we got. I don't know if whatever Vakta said to you helped at all. I don't know. Grimble, he's looking for someone. Maybe if we find that person, he may help. But this is my dream. I've let you guys know what's going on, and I'm trying to be open about it. So you guys know that I'm trying to do this to help, not go crazy.
Your assistance in all this has been just invaluable. So much appreciated.
Not dying is a good motivator.
Both you guys, give me a perception check.
Water sound effect makes me have to use the bathroom.
Right?
Yeah, right? It's
Um,
also making me really thirsty.
I went to go get another drink.
Batsu, you notice that that there are feet print in this cave. Some of them heading to the water, and some of them heading away from the water, as if someone might have been in there and left, or multiple people may have been in there or left. But they all seem like shoe prints.
And Batsu, like as he's talking to Vardrak, like points down and he's like pointing with his foot too at the shoe prints going back in and out.
Jinky's a clue.
Something's here,
Sorts.
or something happened here. I want to know what it could have been.
What, Jack?
All right. Wow. Vakta will suddenly hear Vardrak's voice in his head go, "We need you down here."
She's not sure how this whole thing works, so she just thinks like really hard, "I'm coming," and just like starts like like punches Grimble in the shoulder and takes off.
Gribble's like, but and like he's trying his best. He's like stumbling along like every step. It's just.
Vodka already forgot that you hurt yourself. She just went, "Nope, going." Sorry.
Everything's fine.
He's just trying to muscle through it.
So yeah, you guys end up convening at the mouth of the cave, Grimble trailing behind slightly.
My love, there is a tunnel underneath the water here. Batsu is unable to see because it is dark, but there is tracks leading in and out of it. If you can go in unseen and perhaps take a look around and come back and let us know what's going on.
The water?
Yes, the water. He believes that this will possibly give us an edge against this storm that we have to face.
You're gonna make me swim. Okay, eat.
But you know how, don't you? He puts his hands on both your shoulders. Says, remember what I taught you. There's nothing to be afraid of.
Threw me in the water.
And you survived. And you survived when you were drug underwater. You will survive now.
I hate this. Okay.
That's just a wee bit of water, lass. You'll be fine.
She's
I was
just
under much more water in
such
my.
a glare. She's just
Uh-oh.
stop talking.
So what's your plan?
Swim above water, roughly to where the cave starts. Deep breath. Dive down and see where I can get.
Okay. And
But not drown.
are you doing this at like while stealthing, or are you just going in?
Well, I could try to stealth. I don't know how one stealth.
So before you do stealth, go ahead and roll that stealth check as an athletic check.
Oh wait, that's acrobatics. I am not good at
Oh,
athletics.
I know, that's why I specifically picked that one. Don't blame me.
no.
Blame Dredsend.
Just kind of flops around in the water.
So that's an 11.
Why?
Because fuck
So-
you, that's why.
Ask Dredsend.
Yay!
So you dive in the water, swim on the surface until the ceiling of the cave cuts down, and you dive under.
Okay.
And as you're under the water is remarkably clear. And you can see straight ahead that there's some slight snaking to this cave that you're in, but about 25 feet or so ahead, you can see where the shadow of the ceiling to this tunnel kind of gives away from the water, and there's some light spilling through where you could assume that you'd be able to catch your breath there and maybe see what's going around.
I'll do that.
I'm gonna go tinkle.
You don't gotta tell us, Vardrak. You can just go. It's fine.
You're literally in the water. Just don't be in front of anyone.
This is probably like all like him actually doing it.
It's
In
not
character.
an airport. You don't have to announce your departure.
Batsu swimming behind him, and Vardrak just starts going. Another acid attack. Vardrak's piss is just that bad.
So how do I do this the way I want to do this? Whatever.
Map on there, but oh, there it is.
So Vakta, as you poke your head out,
I can't see the map.
It's all gray. Oh
There it
wait,
is.
there it is.
as you poke your head out, you see that you're in this cave system, and in front of you, you can hear the sound of like water splashing like a waterfall, and you can see that there's a large opening 35, 40 feet wide in front of you, about the width that this tunnel has been. And then to your left, you see that there is a smaller cavern, and it appears to go into an upward motion, as you can see looking down that there's some water and that the land kind of emerges from there and goes off into a bend.
I'm gonna go that way.
You have full control. You're going to go to, what, the left?
Yeah, I don't have control. I can't drag my token or Turner.
He has to approve it.
Yeah, you can move it, and it should tell me where you're trying to go to.
There?
Boop, boop, boop. Look at that. Magic.
I don't like not being able to move her.
Here, I don't need it locked for this, but for combat, I like it that way now. It's my new thing. I tested it out yesterday. It works really well. So you have free reign. You can do what you want. But yeah, so you head to the left, and as you do, this cave is eerily quiet. As you're making your way this way, other than the distant sounds of the waterfall that you heard much louder from where you were initially, there's no sound here.
Are there any footprints like what Batsu had seen?
Give me a perception check.
Working on it.
So from where you are now, you don't see anything. You just see an area where the water kind of converges around, and there's a little bit of a current pushing you back down as the cave is kind of angled upward. As you make your way out of the water, the area that you're in right now, like this area, is just hard stone. It looks like it's been naturally eroded. For a few feet further where you're at, the rocks are glistening and wet, but further up the way, it looks like it's dry. Like that part of the cavern doesn't really see any sort of water at all. But there are no footprints that you see.
Okay. I'm gonna sneak around the edge. That should be a 23.
You already did your stealth roll. You're good.
That was not a good stealth roll. I wanted a new stealth roll.
It doesn't work that way.
You don't know it wasn't a good
I'm
one.
not swimming anyway.
You can't hide more.
You didn't know if it was a good one or not. Vakta just is stealthing. But yeah, as you continue forward, you're still hearing nothing, seeing nothing of interest.
Okay. Gonna peek around this corner and likely see that it's just another corner, I'm assuming.
Yeah, so what you're seeing is that the cave is ramping upward in this upward spiral.
I'm just gonna keep peeking around every corner as I go.
Okay.
Making my way downtown.
Yeah, and as you bend around, there's an area where the cave starts to straighten out slightly. And you can see that there's an opening into a larger cavern.
Da-na-na-na-na-na.
And I miss you. Do I keep going? I keep going.
I wonder if you keep going.
And now I won't.
Give me a
Is this-
wisdom saving throw, please.
Ruh-roh, Raggy.
I will die. Ugh. Okay, it's not awful.
Okay. So Vakta at this point has been gone for about 15, 20 minutes or so. And you guys have heard nothing back from her.
How far is she away? Well, Vardrug is. Never mind that.
Cat.
Oh my god.
She jumped in my lap and scared me.
If she's within 120 feet, she'll hear Vardrak in her head saying, "Is everything okay?" If not, he's just gonna wait.
This should have shown me the distance, but it decided not to.
Going the distance.
20,
Apparently, this is the musical edition of Adventures of Amethil.
I would assume that she's close enough that she can hear that. What are you saying to her?
Is everything okay, Vakta?
No. Yeah. Can't find anything. Still looking.
One sec.
Melissa, check your Facebook.
Oh no. Would you assume I have Facebook open?
Yes. I don't have your phone number, so I can't text you. So this is the next best thing.
Hey, girl, what's them digits?
Okay. What Vardrak hears, I guess, is get in here now, urgently.
Giggity?
Just like it's a very urgent sounding. Get in here now.
Vardrak goes, "Everyone inside right now!" And he just dives in and starts swimming in the tunnel.
I thought everything was hunky dory.
Fuck. All right. Basu just jumps into.
He's so bossy. He's always just like, "I guess this is what I'm doing."
Use your wings, fly.
Grimble's just hobbling his way. He's like, but okay. He's like trying to like kick his like stumped leg, desperately trying to move through the water.
Swimming in a circle.
So you guys all make it through this cave, and as you poke your head out, you see that you're in this this cavern that splits off to your left, and then there's a large opening straight ahead of you. And from when you guys poke your head out, there's no sign of Octa.
He sends out another message. Left or right tunnel. He gets nothing back.
I fell into the main cavern.
Okay, left or right tunnel.
So there's one straight ahead of you that is a large one, and there's a smaller one to the left.
Okay, he's going to the large one.
Yep. So that would be the main cavern, I would assume.
Yeah. He's just going full tilt towards that. Then.
Your guys' tokens are unlocked. You can move where you want to go to. I think it's unlocked. Is it not unlocked? Okay.
This
Okay.
way?
So as you get to about here, you notice that there is a sheer drop-off. And it's about 40 feet down, and there is this murky bluish-green water underneath. And all you can see at this point is, like, as you walk close of it, a couple stones kick off, and you just hear them just boom into the water below.
Without any hesitation, Batu just keeps walking forward and jumps down. And, like, when he gets halfway down, he spreads his wings out and he tries to hover about here.
Okay. Everybody except for Melissa, go ahead and give me a wisdom saving throw, please.
Good.
Oh, cool.
Everyone within 10 feet gets a +5.
Booyah, motherfucker. Wait, +5. That should have been +7. Oh wait, no, never mind. That was Wisdom, not Con.
All right. Everybody at this point, you hear a voice in your head.
So you finally got my message.
Is this voice familiar?
No, none of you have heard this specific voice before.
I'm gonna find that motherfucker. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna kill his ass.
What's your name?
What's your name, bitch? Is the ledge that we're standing on before the drop off? Is there like solid footing?
Oh yeah, I mean it's a little bit slick because there is water that's streaming over the edge there. But
Okay.
I mean, it's not crumbling underneath you or anything.
Okay. Grimble's gonna go like prone and like pull his gun up to him and just like keep overwatch over the gap in front of him.
Okay.
Vardrak's gonna think back. Are you able to hear me?
Oh, very much so.
Grimble's trying to keep a completely clear mind, like not trying to like return any response, just not thinking about anything, just looking and staying present.
Batsu's like yelling out as he's looking around this area. Like, if you're the sea creature person, we're not here to fight. We just want to talk.
And in your head, you hear,
If I wanted to fight you, you would be dead.
That's good. That's good. We're not. None of us want to fight.
Can I see anyone from where I'm at?
And can we hear each other talking?
you cannot hear each other, but every time this voice speaks, you hear, well, the last one only Batsu heard, but when he was speaking, everybody could hear it.
Yeah, he's not being quiet. He's like yelling, trying to see where this is coming from.
And Vakta, you can see Batsu flying overhead, but you're just standing there poised at this moment.
Okay.
And stealthed.
So first, what is it that you want?
You're the one that appeared in my dream, right? The one that did whatever to my friend's mouth, made him be able to breathe.
Now, see, stupid comments like that make me regret sending you here.
I am confused about the situation. Please let me know why you called.
A means to an end. As I am stuck here in this cavern, and you lot just may be the key to getting me out.
Can we all hear this?
Yep. Yeah, so if Batsu's yelling out loud, every response that he gets is from yelling out loud you guys are hearing.
Vardrak will interject, and this is, look, wait. You have sent a message clearly to my ally here, and your message was telling a story in his head, and something quite awful was happening in this message, something just unimaginable. In this vision that you sent to him, I lost a fight, which really, that's not even like feasible. But and also my wife was dead. But let's stick to why you were doing this in the first place. What is your intention here?
It amazes me that a group of beings such as you have survived so long with such an attitude. What you saw was a premonition of what could happen if you do not go to Omen's Point and stop the threat. Not only could it happen, but it will happen, and your wife will die.
And as soon as she says that, Batsu speaks up. That was not a threat. She is not threatening us.
Vardrag's ears are like all the way up. Please let Batsu talk for now.
Voxer's just not still. She's
What?
standing, hands on hips, like what?
He has like his arms up, like I don't know where any of you are, but hold on. What? How can we help you? Help us help you right now.
It's simple. Go to Omen's Point. And do what you were set out to do.
What do you gain from us going there when it's said that everyone that goes there just dies?
I'm not sure if you were listening the first time we went over this, but you doing so will help me get free from this cave.
Yeah, I heard that part, but who are you and why do we care if you get free or not?
You don't care that I get free, but you do care that your wife dies.
I care if I die.
Perhaps if we could speak face to face.
Dive on in.
I went in. No, that's an action. That was a joke. Gribble's still staying put. He's not going anywhere.
Vardrag looks around for any signs of Vakta.
Sure, give me a perception check.
Why? I want to
You
see
said
her
you were
muscle.
looking. You did that to yourself.
I want to look with other things. I don't know.
You want to look with other things?
Use your
you-
dick as a dividing rod. Like, where is she?
Yes, exactly.
You do not see Vakta. What you do see, looking over the edge, is Batsu flying over the water, and you see what appears to be a large shadow in the water move from the back side of the cave closer towards the front, where, like, almost underneath where Batsu is flying.
Convinced that this thing with its cryptic message is indicating that it has his Vakta and is now proceeding to get underneath Batsu and possibly attack him. He is just running and diving off, and he's jumping in with like both fists straight down into the water.
Okay.
Dive.
Superhero dive, shut up. Okay, so you dive in. Go ahead and give me an acrobatics.
Acrobatics.
Well, yeah, I mean, I'm trying to see how you're diving 40 feet down into water. Athletics ain't gonna help with this.
Flexing really hard.
Yeah, exactly.
Very
So are
hard.
you gonna shatter your
Gotta look
knuckles,
good while he
or
doing it. Hey.
So you dive in, and Batsu, you see you just see this like bit of movement for a second as Vardrag like whizzes past you, and you don't really get clear sight of what that was. You just seen something fly past you.
Fuck.
And Vardrak, as you go under the water and you reorient yourself with your head facing upward, actually, through this murky water, you see these two giant yellow eyes peering back at you, each eye probably about 10 feet wide.
And in his mind, he thinks, are you the one that we've been speaking to?
Indeed.
So you need something from us, and you... we were going to try to do this anyway. But
I was sending you the messages you needed to see to get this done. There's a reason you're the only one that I didn't send a message to.
And why is that?
You didn't need further convincing.
Hey.
Are we all still hearing this?
No.
Oh.
So, because everyone else has been dissuaded by all of the rumors and talk that everyone who goes here dies, you wanted to make sure that we continued on regardless.
Exactly.
And again, understand you get freedom somehow from us succeeding. How and why, though?
And you see these giant tentacles, like, swarming around you. And, it kind of swims close, so it's, like, right up in your face.
You just took a 40-foot dive into these shallows. How do you suspect that I would get out?
Well, I don't know what you are, how you got here. This could be a prison for all I know. If you explained even a little bit, that would help us to understand what your motives are. Because for all I know, us going to our death could be all you need to free yourself from all this.
Your death, your life is inconsequential. I've seen generations upon generations be born and die. I've seen entire civilizations wiped off the map. I've seen the building and crumbling of empires. Your lives in themselves are meaningless to me. But I have not felt a power as great as yours come to this little island in quite some time. And I feel that you may be able to stop what is at Omen's Point, which will free me from this cavern.
As clever as it may be to stroke my ego, if you're so ancient and so powerful, again, how did you end up here? And how does anything having to do with our mission benefit you?
I apologize up front if you feel that I am doing anything to stroke your ego or to pacify you in any way. I am simply stating the truth. How I got stuck in here is at one time these waters ran much deeper. But ever since that thing came to Omen's Point, it has been siphoning the water and lowering it. So I've pacified myself with the many residents, but none of them could do what I need.
Power or not, what makes you so sure that we will succeed where others have failed?
Well, I cannot be sure that you will. I just feel that you stand a greater chance. I could send the entire city of Anthrop there, only for them to be destroyed by the swells, killed by the storms. But you, I feel you and your band of adventurers may have a shot. Or you may die. Worst case scenario, I'm still stuck here. But on the upshot that you are successful, I wanted to make sure that you all had adequate fuel to get this mission done.
So our lives are not as inconsequential as you claim.
In the grand scheme of things, they are. I do not care whether you live or die, but I would be lying if I said I'm not rooting for you.
And that's all I needed. Give us something that would give us an edge, an advantage to succeeding. And we both get what we want.
All I can give you is knowledge.
That works for me.
About 200 or so years ago, something fell from the skies. Something ancient and something powerful. And it landed in the center of this great continent here. The impact was so massive, it created the ring that you see now. And its destruction was so devastating that it opened a rift. The waters that poured through drained the world's oceans. And the portal released with it an ancient and powerful beast. Not quite as old as I, but old enough.
And Cliff, as this thing is talking, Vardrak is using message to repeat everything that it's telling him to Batsu because he knows he's just flying just above.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we know how this place was created. Is that the item that we're looking for? The thing that fell from the sky?
Yes, that is the thing that your friend, the jackal, told you about.
You know of the jackal.
I know that you know of the jackal.
Oh.
I also know that you are sending your friend messages. If you care, we can open this dialogue up to everyone.
Please, and if you could tell me where my wife is, that would be greatly appreciated.
She's being held safely. I'm just making sure that you didn't try anything.
Why would I have any quarrels against you? Unless you're threatening the people that I care about.
Let's just say I've looked into your past, and diplomacy is not your strong suit.
Then how do you explain the jackal?
How do I explain what?
That if diplomacy is not my strong suit, why are he and I allies?
And he laughs, and when he laughs, he actually laughs out loud, not mentally. And he kind of like squints his eyes at you.
Because you're not a fool. You've seen what he did. And in the back of your mind, you knew that his powers may be stronger than yours, or at the very least, he would make a better ally than an enemy. That was not diplomacy. That was battle tactics.
You need to dig a little bit further, because it was the jackal who revealed to me that Elder Thelis was in fact Behemoth. And I figured that he was stronger than me before I knew his true identity, and I still fought him anyway. If he was here now, I would still fight him.
And that is why I made sure that Vakta was kept away safely.
If that is all the information that you have to provide, then you would have no problems then releasing her so that we can be on our way to get what we both want.
Absolutely.
And he kind of like pushes himself backwards, and he like moves his tentacles off towards the south of the cave.
If you go that way, the tunnel will take you to her.
He starts swimming, and then he just kind of like stops halfway, and is if we were to succeed, is there anything in particular that we need to do in order to free you, or is it just going to happen?
If you succeed, by the time you get back here, I will be gone, and you'll probably notice a shift in tone of Anthrop.
And what is your plan? Is it to affect here, everywhere? Because if your release means the end of the world, then I'm working against my own goals.
My purpose is for knowledge. Me and my kind have not survived all of time to attempt to destroy the world. That is a goal for the simple-minded.
Well, as I'm sure over the eons that I'm sure you've been alive and everything, what would today's people call you? What would they recognize as a name for you specifically? As to quote an ally of mine, what is your name?
God damn it. -1 player point.
Worth it. Oh my god.
I am Talaroth, one of the 12 ancients.
All of our minds are apparently connected right now. As soon as Vardarok says that, you just hear Grimble off in the distance. And then just on repeat, what is your name? What is your name? What is your name?
Well, if you've been able to go around in my head, you know why I'm doing this and what's at stake and what I'm trying to prevent.
I do. I know everything about you. And I know everything about everyone that you've ever cared for, ever loved, ever hated, ever fought. Even the ones that you do not share with your party.
I think we're done here. And then he starts swimming down towards the tunnel. And he begins looking for Vakta.
So as you swim out to the south, thank you. You see this large tunnel. There's a ledge about 5 feet or so off the water, and you pull yourself into it, and there's this large opening. Batsu, you'd still be over here. You can't see shit. Stop pretending. So you pull yourself up, and you walk through, and you see that there's this large cavern, and it opens up, and there's this pool of water in the tunnel that wraps around, and you make your way through to another tunnel, and you see that the ledge starts making a steep incline, And as you get up to the top, you see that there's this large ledge that oversees the water by about 60 feet or so. And at the very end of the ledge, you see Vakta crouched down on one knee with her bow drawn, aiming directly at Batsu.
Cool.
He was... Okay. It's time to go, my love.
And as soon as he says that, Vakta, you snap out of it, and you have no recollection of anything that happened since you walked up on this ledge.
Cool. So I did hear him say that.
You heard Vardrock say that, and then you kind of like snapped out of it and looked at him, and then you realize that you're like, you have your bow completely drawn, pointing off in the distance, and if you're looking to what you're pointing at, you would notice that you're aiming at Batsu, who's flying over the water.
Yeah, as soon as I realized that, immediately, like, putting my bow away and putting my arrow back in my quiver and just like, when did you get here?
I'll explain after we leave, but we should go.
How did you get that? I came from this way. We can walk this way.
Let's go that way then. He follows her out.
I don't like it here. I'm not swimming for you anywhere anymore. I hope you realize that. And she just nag the entire way back.
Cute when you're angry.
You always think I'm cute.
Yeah, but... I'm guessing we regroup.
I'm on mute. So you, so as you guys wrap around here, you come to the area where Grimble is aiming his rifle down, and behind him, you see that Kirla is kneeled with a dagger drawn, staring right at him.
And I said, bitch!
He was Kirla.
And like you see her like,
Yeah, it's okay. It's time to go. Batsu, let's move.
Batsu flies back up and starts walking out too.
Like, as Vardrock says that, Grimble, like, turns around and goes, Kirla, what the fuck you doing?
she's like, I was just, we were swimming and then
you had a dagger to me back. You're supposed to be the healer, not the life taker. That's me job.
I don't know. I don't know what happened.
Well, I'll blame it on the talking fish, but it gets me eye on you. He gets up and, like, hobbles away.
Yeah, Roger's gonna make sure everyone is leaving the cave under their own power and free will.
So unbeknownst to the group, at this point, Grimble, you don't recall how you got here.
Oh, good. Because that's just what we need. More me not remembering things.
Yep. You remember having the conversation with Batsu, who told you to go clear your head. You went to one of the local bars. You had a few drinks, and then you were walking the beach. You remember seeing the ship wreckages, and that's the last thing you remember. You don't remember talking to them, bringing them here. You don't remember any of that.
Why your
Cool.
ankle hurts.
Yeah. Yeah, you do not know why your ankle hurts.
So then instead, Grimble, like, looks back at Kirla and goes, what the heck? Where the fuck am I? Okay, this is weird. And he stands up and just puts full weight on his left ankle, like, not expecting.
I can't listen.
And it just fucking His weight.
Hey, Jake, high or low?
Low.
Oh no.
Well, I'm gonna go get a drink so I don't have to listen to this. Bye.
So
Man.
you crush on your ankle for 19 points of bludgeoning damage.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, sure. Sure, bud. That makes sense. He's like, son of a bitch! And he just falls over.
John's like, wait, what's wrong?
I fucked up my ankle. I don't know how. All I did was take a step.
And Vardrak's like, Kirla, did you stab him?
Did you stab me foot?
I don't know. I didn't do anything. No.
What? You're the
Foot's
only one
not
holding
facing
the
the
weapon.
right way.
I wouldn't have shot my own foot.
You just took a step. Why is your foot facing that way?
I don't know. He's just starting to lose his mind. He's like, what the fuck is going on here, everybody? All I know is I was in a bar, and now I'm here, and now my ankle's fucked. What is going on?
Vardrak like grabs her wrist and like examines the dagger. He's like, there's no blood. Like, she didn't do this.
That dagger is pristine, like it ain't never seen combat.
It wasn't her. He's like trying to calm her down. He's like, it's fine. We're
Then how do you
out of
explain
here.
me foot being sideways there, Vardrak?
Let's leave here and we'll try and make
Well,
sense.
how do you suppose I leave here if my foot's all fucked up, Vardrak?
Batsu, carry him. Let's go.
And Batsu's like scooting him forward, like with his foot.
Oh, would you fuck off? Just get me out of here, you flying winged bitch.
He grabs his arm and he just drags him into the water.
Might want to hold your breath.
Get you into the water.
Stop squirming.
You guys are trying to make me choke on my chicken wings.
Oh no, don't choke on your chicken wings.
I fucking love you, Jake.
That's amazing.
He like catches a breath. He's like,
So you guys make your way out of the cave, back to the mouth of the cove, back through the wreckage, back up the rope that Grimble doesn't know that he left, and making your way back towards Anthrop.
We get to a clearing before we get to back to the town. Like, okay, let's stop, regroup, and let's get some questions answered.
can you
here.
fix my fucking ankle?
Oh. I don't know when this happened.
I don't know either. I don't remember anything. Next thing I know, I wake up to all your asses and me fucking ankle's fucked.
Okay, what was the last thing that you remember?
I was in a bar. I was clearing my head like fucking Butzer told me. And now I'm here, and now me ankle's fucked. Can you fix it or not?
Okay, so there was a way
Matsu,
to...
do we tell him?
Tell me what.
Do we tell him?
Batsu didn't see this. That was all you.
Oh, there was only me. I thought you saw it too.
I was on a different boat.
No, only Vakta seen it happen.
God,
What's going on, Vakta?
you did this to yourself.
What?
To
Oh shit.
you were trying.
I was in a bar, and now me ankle's fucked.
Yeah, Vardrak.
How does that happen when I'm in a bar? I know I get drunk, but I don't get that drunk.
You told us to come out here to see the shipwrecks.
Bullshit.
Not, that's true.
Bullshit.
And then Vardrak jumped down onto one of the ships and tried to do a fancy landing. And you didn't want to be outdone, so you did it too and broke your ankle.
I mean, that does sound like me.
And you told me not to tell Vardrak, but now you're demanding how this happened. Because you don't remember what happened half an hour ago.
Now listen here. Well, that does sound like me, Why don't I remember it? I remember everything, even when I get blackout
I
drunk.
don't remember Vardrock suddenly showing up. I don't remember how you guys or when you guys got to the cave we were just in.
The only explanation is that you broke my ankle as payback for when I tried to punch.
You gonna complain about it?
Will you please fix me ankle?
Vardrock could you fix his ankle?
I'm actually researching right now to find out if I can.
God, I hope you can.
Lesser restoration fixes a lot of things, but broken bones is not listed.
It's not one of them.
Oh shit.
All right.
It's like, look, I can patch it up, but it's still gonna hurt like a bitch.
I mean, that can take a little pain. I'm not worried about that.
Vardrock, give me a medicine check.
I'm just worried about me ankle pointing the other fucking direction.
Buzz is looking at his tools. He's like, I can make you a new foot if you. That's good help.
Can I
Probably.
do it? Can I do it at advantage with Cureless help?
Sure, yep.
Okay. Well,
You just got to explain to Vakta how Kirla is helping
Oh shit!
She's not.
you. Kirla's like, I don't fucking know. And Vardrock's like, I don't either.
Just how close are you getting there, Kirla and Vardrock?
Yeah.
Vardrock is going
Dude,
to
Bob, killer idea.
do what
It's fucking clutch.
I
Fuck the leg. I'll chop off me foot and put the gun there.
no.
I'll allow it.
Vardrock's gonna fall back on his very brutish version of medicine, and he's just gonna try to reset the foot.
Okay.
What would I need to roll?
Up for the scream that's supposed to come.
That would be medicine.
Would it be a new medicine check?
For the sake of Gribble's foot, we're gonna say sure.
I would imagine Kula wants nothing to do with this.
Nope.
Okay.
Pulling out his tools already. Be like, all right, let's. This could be a pretty good ankle.
He looks over the Batsu. He's like, would you have anything that he could bite down on?
There's driftwood and shit all around.
No. I'll take comfort in my own weapon, and he just takes his gun off his bag and bites on the butt of the gun. He's like, "Fucking do it, you pussy!"
He's like, okay, on the count of 3, 1, and then.
I gotta take my headphones off at the moment. I can't do this.
He's like, "Ah! You son of a bitch! What did you do to me?" Me fucking foot!
Oh, I thought he was giving birth for a moment. Like, what did you do to me?
You did this to me!
It doesn't look too bad. I think.
So yeah, so it's straightish.
Straight! It's rotated around 360 degrees, you motherfucker! You twisted it the wrong way!
He twisted it the right way. It's straightish. It's still sore as fuck, and you're still gonna be favoring it for a while. But I'll say that the reduction to movement speed is gone. But I would probably avoid any sort of falls or ankle shots. As the GM, I'm advising you. You might want to avoid falls and ankle shots.
First encounter, someone Oh, fuck me, mother in the gold ass!
God damn.
Did you just reduce his character to a fucking Adam Sandler skit?
Yes.
Oh, you take fucking. You take 49 points of fucking
You
damage.
would be laughing your fucking ass off.
You take 49 points of damage. Just cuz at this point.
Worth it.
So you guys hobble your way back to Anthrop and begin preparations for heading out to Omen's Point.
Can we take a rest first?
I think that'd probably be wise.
Can I take a look at some of the the loot that we got off of the ships?
Yeah.
Grimble, if you don't remember anything here, this will cheer you up. Come over here.
Yeah.
Oh,
We got
Okay.
money.
oh, my head hurts. Oh shit.
Okay, so there are 2 black opal. Who is calling claims to those?
Right here.
I know the shinies.
Who wants the emerald?
I don't know what anything does.
They're
Gives
just
you more money.
gems for
Remember there
money.
being a star sapphire, and I want that.
Like as Vardrak's picking up shiny things, like Vox is just snatch them out of his hand. He just and just grab something else.
All right, emerald. All right. Fire opal.
Dibs.
Oil of sharpness.
I don't give a shit about that. That's probably Batsu.
I'll take that.
Potion of supreme healing.
Rub that on your leg.
It's not gonna help.
Rubbing the glass bottle on his leg.
I'm assuming whatever you guys don't claim is just getting tossed.
No, we're
Well,
taking all of it.
Taking it all, but like Vardrak is concerned with the money because that's what will benefit the town.
If no one took the emerald, Batsu was snatching that too then.
Potion of supreme healing.
Grimble will take it if nobody else wants it.
Who
should-
Who doesn't have healing potions at this point?
I don't. I used all of
I
mine.
think I gave my last one to Grimble, I think. Oh no, I have one.
I don't have any right now.
Okay.
Yeah, you take it.
A spell scroll.
Probably Road Rock.
Yep, Vardrak.
If he looks at it, can he read it?
Give me an Arcana check.
Oh shit. I don't know if you noticed, but intelligence.
You're perfect. You're perfect, baby girl.
You sure about that?
Vardrak, not very intelligent.
It must
I
be
never
from
would have known.
must be from it being aged in that murky ship that you can't read it for some reason.
He
Um,
can't secure levels.
One of
She
these,
can't carry it.
Not like the other.
He holds it.
Okay. And yellow sapphire.
I'll take it.
That's why I shouldn't drink. While I play video games.
You guys all have a bunch of new stuff in your inventory.
Yay!
Whoa.
I like money.
So Grimble, you're greeted with 383 platinum, 2,666 gold, 67 crafting regions, and you don't know why.
Hey, money. Sweet. Thanks, guys.
Batsu, is this enough for my armor?
And are you handing me the gold or the reagents that we piled up from it?
He's like pointing to like all the reagents that I've collected before everyone like takes their cut. He's like, is this enough?
It's 400. No, it wouldn't be enough.
Yeah, no.
Ah,
If it's not enough, then give me my piece. And Grimble just like swipes up his share before anyone else takes it.
Yeah, Varda just takes his cut.
Yeah, I'm
Need to show that son of a bitch he's not the only one who can make a good gun. Oh, show him.
Show who?
I don't know his name, Vardrak. If I knew that, we wouldn't be in this pickle now, would we?
I don't know why. This is great.
I'm just trying to think of how many times Vardrak's gonna allow that Vardrak.
Vardrak.
It's not just Vardrak, it's Vardrak.
Right, exactly.
Get the head cock in there.
All it's gonna take is one good roll, and he's gonna notice this.
Notice me.
See,
I love overhearing Bob's laugh.
Bob's laugh makes everything worth it.
Just a doofy is like.
Falling out of my chair.
Okay, so you guys are back at Anthrop. I assume back at your guys' rooms at this point.
Yep. Any sign of our companions?
There are not. I mean, your crew's there. You know, like the boating crew.
To see if the message has been delivered.
He's just like, haven't seen anybody that meets your description.
Okay.
And like, and he kind of leans forward and he's like, good luck on your voyage.
How did
Oh,
you
you gotta
know
be
about our
weird.
voyage?
I am everywhere.
Oh, fishy person. What was your name again?
Talaroth Vardrak.
Teleroth.
We know him.
Yes. No, I remembered.
Everyone in the it's Teleroth.
Yeah, in unison. Like in unison, every voice in this place angrily. Talaroth.
Not just the party, but everyone in the town.
Yeah, yes,
Looked at
correct.
Tyus and like, Talaroth.
Everybody within range of, within earshot says it in unison.
Like Vardrak acts like he's not surprised. He's like, "Yeah, I was just about to say it. Shut up." But look, you just remember when this is all over, we did this for you.
And you see the guy just go back to like cleaning the bar.
And then he like goes back to the group. He's like, "Okay, all right, listen. There is a being, some ancient creature under the water that was mind controlling, it seems, you, Grimble.
Fucking shocker there, right?
And is also responsible for all of your visions and dreams. And apparently, the only reason why I haven't had one is because I am the only one who didn't need convincing that this needs to be done."
Oh, you're so strong.
He like kind of like nearly squints in. Anyways.
Hey Jake, high or low?
Hi. Oh. Fuck.
God.
Vakta looks at you when you say that and says, "Hey Vardrak, is that the one chance?"
Vardrak's horns go up. He's like, "Is it?"
And she kind of looks at you and she's like, "Maybe next time."
I would be mad, but that's such a like, yeah, I'll with that.
Vardrak, like you'll notice, like his hand is like clenching the hilt of his hammer. He's like, this like relaxed, like, oh. His little horns like go back down. Anyways,
And Vakta says to you, "I think we should leave tonight."
But
Why tonight?
I think that we've waited long enough. We need to get this going.
but a good night's sleep and me ankle. Can't we wait one more night to get like good sleep? Now that we have beds.
And she kind of looks at you and she squints her eyes and she says, "You can sleep on the boat."
But no, I can't. You call that sleep? There's
And then she
beds
looks
here.
back at Vardrak.
And Vardrak's like, the queen has spoken.
But beds. Wouldn't you like to sleep for
His
another
hand
night in a nice bed?
Grips the handle again.
The thing is, yes, and now I'm scared. I'll always prefer a bed. What the fuck, Cliff? What happened to me?
It's the darndest thing.
The darndest thing, that mind control.
Thanks, I hate it.
That darndest thing that as long as you're within 1 mile of it, you don't even get to make a save.
All right. So it is.
All right,
decided.
fine, you wormy boy. Because like Grimble by this point like realizes like Vakta appreciates a good night's sleep. Like of the things that he's heard, like he can tell that like if Vakta could choose a night on that shitty ass small little boat versus a night in a nice actual bed, that she would take the actual bed. So
Give me an insight.
He has an idea. We'll see if it. So he fucking knows.
My boy.
So he fucking knows that that's not actually Vakta talking. He's like, "All right, you wormy son of a
So
bitch.
as you
Let
say
her
that,
have
you immediately stop talking.
All right, you wormy son of a."
And then you just look at Vardrak and go, "She's right. We should go."
Vardrak's like, I'm glad you see things the queen's way. He's like,
Bots is like packing up already. He's like, all right, we're fucking going.
Yeah, like Kirla shows up with like the bags already like packed and ready to go.
God damn it, Cliff.
All right. Good thinking,
All right.
Keelan. Let's get going. And he starts leading out because he has no idea anything is wrong.
So you gather the crew together and you guys start making your way to the east, like out of town, towards the direction that basically where Omen's Point is. I need to pull up a different map.
I promise this isn't just me being drunk. This is the character.
It's both.
I mean,
Little column A, little column B. So you guys are here.
Why is it gray?
it's gray.
It's going to take time to load, probably. It's a bigger map. The last one loaded. I have faith this one may load.
You
But-
say that.
But just in case it doesn't load, on the off chance, Batsu is the water. Vardrak is the party. Each square is a day's travel. You guys want to make it to Kirla. Feel free to scroll down to see her.
I haven't zoomed out.
I can't.
You can't see squares.
I'm just looking at the stream at this point because there's nothing else.
You can't see the squares even?
No,
No,
I can see
No.
the stars.
everything is gray.
everything's gray.
Okay, so it's about a
I think it depends
two.
on how far you zoom.
Yeah, I'm gonna go look at the stream.
So it's about a 2-day journey to the shore, and then it's about another 5-day journey by boat to Omen's Point, which is in the center.
Hmm.
Neat.
Okay.
So you guys make your way out that direction, and you start your 2-day journey. Is there any sort of preparation or anything that you guys want to make before you leave the town proper?
Sleep.
Food.
Yeah, just double checking our rations to make sure we have sufficient amounts, which we should.
You guys have a ton of beef jerky.
Yeah. Which Vardrak's happy with that. I don't know if anyone else is.
Or
We don't have a ton.
might not be beef, but it's jerky.
I don't ask questions.
Everything's beef to Vardrak.
As
Yeah.
long as it's not fish, I'm good with it.
And the crew has brought 2 weeks worth of rations for the group too. So food is covered. All right, so you guys start heading out, and after about a half-day journey or so, you start getting to like these rolling fields with these patches of palm tree forests, which anybody who's actually taking in the sights and enjoying this, like, it's a beautiful sight. Like, you could cut through, your eyes cut right through the forest, which seems to be for miles, because the branches are so high up, and there's just, fallen palm leaves and coconuts everywhere. You guys make camp for the night, just out in one of the rolling fields. And continue on your journey. After another day or so of travel, you're getting to like an area where it's this beachy, the sandy beach, and you can see down the way a little bit the shore. And as you guys are making your way over there, you notice laying in the sand, off in the distance, about 50 feet or so, 2 bodies.
Real quick, can I make an amelioration roll, Cliff?
Sure. For the one night you guys slept, you're gonna do that instead of the damage, or instead of healing.
Oh, how much damage did I have?
Like
You had,
62.
yeah.
Yeah, I'll take the rest. Never mind.
So yeah, so you guys see 2 bodies laying in the sand.
All right. Going to pull out weapon and shield and cautiously go over to investigate.
Okay. What is the order you guys are moving in right now?
I'm following right behind Vardrak.
Grimble's in the fucking back. He doesn't trust anything at this point.
Yes. Bots is right in front of Grimble. If Grimble's trying to stay in the back, he's like way back there because Bots is just lazily going forward.
And as you get closer, you see the bodies of a large bugbear male and a cloaked human laying next to him.
Oh shit!
Is that Ravage and
Creepy ass.
creepy ass?
He no longer has a name.
I never let him have a name.
Vardrak's gonna go over to Ravage. He's gonna like step over creepy guy's corpse. He's checking on Ravage.
Give me a medicine check.
As Vardrak's stepping over him, Grimble just shouts from the back, like way off. He's just like, "Hey Vardrak, I found Ravage for you." Like after he's already checking on him.
As you look at him, like he's just laying there motionless, and you like pick him up, and as you do, you see him like kind of tilt his head a little bit, and he's like, and you realize that he is drunk as fuck.
Big mood.
He's like, on your feet. What is this? Where have you been?
And like as he stands up, he like drops this large vial of this like thick brown tonic. He's like,
there were the sea devils and this bear, and he like has this like trinket of a bear that looks like it was carved out of like a bone or something, and he's holding it, and he's like, and a bear.
Oh, okay. Was this what you were looking for?
And like he looks at it for a second, you see his eyes get wide, and he's like,
Yes.
Okay, so whatever this thing that you need to do, it's done.
Yeah.
and he like kicks Ricard. Get up.
And there were so many of the sea devils.
Okay, where did you see these sea devils?
I don't know. On a shore, we went north, and where are we?
We sailed a couple days to get here. We were on our way to where we were going to deal with what we came here to do. And we left a message with the innkeeper in case you came back, because you didn't say where you were going or when you'd be back.
We're here.
He looks over to Ricard. Did you get what you came here for too?
All I got was a headache. And are we dead?
Sorry to burst your bubble, but no.
He like walks up to you and he's like reaching towards your face.
He slaps his hand away.
But we died.
All right. Then who brought you back?
Maybe it was my magic.
Ravage's magic? What?
That's
Ricard.
You're Ricard. Oh. I guess that makes
Sure,
sense.
whatever. Let's go. Like, we don't have time for this.
Basu like slaps him on the back, like, good job. I knew you'd come in handy.
He's like,
We got our asses kicked. I don't know
Do
how
they
we're
look-
here.
Do they look messed up?
no, they look like they had a fun night of drinking.
Wow.
He's like, I'm pretty sure your sore ass is from a different reason.
Oh. Oh.
He just shoots a glare at Ravage.
Not the only thing he ravaged.
Got that name for a reason.
That booty.
Ravaged that ass.
So yeah, so they both like follow, and they're just like,
It's so bright outside.
Have they invented sunglasses yet?
Does anybody have any water?
Vardrock points to the ocean. Keeps walking.
so you guys get to the water, and Vardrock, you throw the boat out and say the word, and you guys have your vessel that fits 15 comfortably.
Comfortably, yes.
Comfortably.
Exactly. I'm glad you guys understand.
Pocket boat.
Let's do it this way. Boop, boop, boop,
Sure
boop,
would be
boop.
nice if the map would load.
Right?
You're bad. You guys are gonna have to nuke your files next week.
Yeah.
Fine.
So yeah, so
Well, I don't think I'll be able to be here next week. I don't have
Oh,
a
yeah.
laptop.
that's fine. Just think of what your backup character is gonna be.
Most annoying Kenku ever.
Oh no, Kenku are off the. They're not in this game. They're not in this world.
I'm gonna play Lizard Folk. Have fun.
Okay, that's fine. You can do that.
The only emotion they have is kill.
Oh, that's so
from
much
Vodka
different.
How?
Yeah, but, so that's different from Vardrak how.
They're gonna get along
Then-
splendidly. They're just gonna be like, kill it.
Anyone in this party, really?
Bacta has morals. She doesn't kill children.
Oh, okay.
Like some people wanted to. Stares at Vardrak.
Frederick has morals.
Pray tell.
Does he though?
I mean, if the child has sense enough to praise Vardrak ahead of time,
Oh
then
my
he doesn't feel the need to
God.
kill them.
You self-righteous son of a bitch.
Why is that so hard?
That's
I
narcissistic.
don't understand.
So, you guys set sail, and a couple days on the water, you guys are seeing, basically since you got on the ship, this storm off in the distance in the direction that you guys are headed in. And whether day or night, from day to day with you guys being on the water, this storm has persisted. And about 3 days or so into the journey, you guys are a little bit more than halfway there, and the water's getting super choppy. You guys have 10, 12-foot swells. It's raining, it's foggy, and off in the distance, you guys see the silhouette of a ship.
How big is the ship?
It's a large ship.
Larger than this little ship we're on?
It looks like it fits more than 15 comfortably.
We head towards it.
I want it.
Yes.
As we start facing it, Grimble doesn't say anything, and he just hands Batsu a bottle that's on fire.
You know what to do.
You got this.
No.
So how are you guys approaching this? Are you just like going full sail towards it?
Yeah, full sail towards it.
That's your third fail.
Does that reset it, or how does that work?
Yeah, that resets it. And
Okay.
you're gonna have to wait a little while before you can redo it.
Okay.
Since I'm on my last attempt, do I do Leatherworks or?
Yeah. So if it's your last one, you would do. Well, you're doing what, armor, right?
The gauntlet.
Yep. So it'd be leather. And you fail.
That's it.
Oh no!
Was that your third? Oh, that was your third fail.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So this item's destroyed.
You don't have any
About
player
to-
points?
I don't. I used them all as soon as we
Shit.
started.
You actually have one.
I'll half re-roll that then.
Okay,
Wait a minute.
still
Wait a
fail.
minute. Hold on. I got you. Where is
No,
it?
you can't do this. This is way meta. So you fail that. You do get to keep your 12 experience, but as you are riveting the final piece of leather on this, you rivet the hole too wide, and it just cuts a gash into this gauntlet to the point that you don't feel that the integrity of it would hold up against any sort of combat situation or anything.
Oh yeah, I got how many player points here?
You ain't got none.
I do. I got
have
8.
I have Table of Fate remnants and a 2-headed fate coin and a 2-tailed fate coin.
I want to burn 2 to reroll, Cliff.
Do your 2 and reroll.
I could have helped.
So that would be a success.
Okay, so that'd be 2 and 2 then.
Correct. Yep.
Okay. Almost forgot about re-rolling.
Oh wait,
Um,
I have a roll to do too. Now that I think about it.
Also, he just gets mad at this gauntlet and he tosses it overboard. And...
Yeah.
Bloop.
What do I have to roll? I'm at 2 and 2 as well.
What are you making?
I was trying to recreate the gun from the dream.
You would need to do woodworker's tools for the last one.
Fuck.
Oh no! Come on, you got this.
That's a fail.
Damn it.
Do you have a re-roll?
I have 2 points. I could, but
Mm.
yeah, fuck it. Why not? I'll re-roll it.
All right.
Okay, but roll higher.
Haha!
Yeah.
Hey.
All right. So you're able to create a gun that is in the same vein as the one that you've seen in your dream.
Haha!
Actually, Jake, you had 4, so you're down to 2 now.
Ah.
Oh. Cool.
Yes, you had more than you thought you did.
Haha!
Make sure you write down the 23 for your experience. I ain't keeping track of your experience, so if you ain't keeping track of it, then you ain't gaining experience.
Is that 23 you said?
Yeah. So with that, you made a rifle. I'll have to assign it after this. You guys see the ship off in the distance. What is your guys' approach to this?
Having everyone keep eyes on it to see if they see any movement or any signs of danger, but still moving towards it gradually.
No.
Whoever wants to can give me a perception at advantage.
Not me.
Not it.
Does that give me double advantage?
No.
Oh. I'll do it anyway.
Really?
Oh
Damn.
my god.
Really?
The 16. That is still a 16.
So as you guys are approaching this, you're seeing the ship becoming larger and larger, almost to the scale of the warship that you guys seen before. But as you get close to it, you notice that there are no sails on this ship. And it just appears to be floating there crewless, just at the mercy of the waves. And as you get close enough to actually get a good view of it, Vakta, you see no crew on the ship at all.
That's not right. There's nobody on the ship.
So that means we can go take it.
Sounds like our boat.
Haha!
Whatever.
What if
I
it
don't
was all,
trust it, but okay.
What if it was all just a farce? What if everyone warned us not to come out here just because they didn't want us to take that boat?
We don't have to try. Okay.
Either way, I claim this boat in the name of Dracarius. Haha, now it's ours. Let's go.
But do we have a flag?
Batsu, find a flag.
And Batsu's sitting
No
at
flag, no
the center
country.
mast, just holding on to it. He's like,
It's like, no.
He's gonna sacrifice his jacket to be the flag for Drakkar.
I was half expecting like Vardrach to just rip off his pants and use that as a flag.
So are you guys boarding the ship?
Hell yeah.
Guess.
Who's hopping on first?
Not it.
They're called dibs.
Not
She's
it.
getting on first.
Who is Batsu?
Batsu,
Vardrach.
yeah, bigger ship. Batsu's like, all right, yeah, this one looks safer than our little one.
So Batsu and Vardrok hop on. Is everybody else coming on too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Against
Alright.
my better judgment, yeah.
All right. I need everybody to make me a dexterity save.
Yeah, good.
Okay.
Decent. No, I'm not.
That should be a 19. Oh, wait, no, it's not a skill check, so it's still 18. Damn it.
Oh wait, that was
fucking
that an
nimble.
ability check or a save?
Deck save.
Oh, dex save. Sorry. And it would have been the same thing either way.
Yeah, but so do you have a different modifier? If not, don't even bother re-rolling it.
Yeah.
All right.
+5 for everyone who's within 10 feet. Let
Hold
me
that shit
cast
then.
that on Grimble again.
On me too.
Let's do that.
What do we say about this, John?
Sounds like a whole lot of not paying attention to
What
you.
do we say about this?
So everybody gets a +5. You said.
Yes, everyone
Okay.
within 10 feet.
So Vardrock and Grimble, as you guys climb up on the boat, you notice yourself just like as you're walking, you just become stuck in place, almost like the deck was made of like tar or like a fly trap. Vakta, Batsu, you guys feel that too, but you're able to wiggle free from that adhesive grip. And you hear this loud creak that the ship makes. And we'll pick it up next week.
Oh shit!
It's a giant mimic. You know, I just think it's funny how while you're stuck there.
Really? Right now?
One at a time, you can't walk away.
God damn it.
He just really wants to make sure we think about how badly we just fucked up.
I claim this mimic.
See, all this sticky shit on the deck leads me to believe that if we had just thrown a fire bottle on it, everything would have been fine. None of y'all wanted to listen to me, but sure, fine, whatever.
So, thanks to everybody that popped in here tonight. Thanks to Melissa for the 12 month subscription to 1 year. 12 years, why not?
Longer than Twitch has existed.
You get the 12-year badge. I really do appreciate it. I really, really do. Ben from Sirenscape, thanks for the follow, finally. Been here like 5 times. You should have followed by now. Damn you. Rob Tui, thanks for the follow and for the 1,000 bits. Mitch, thanks for the host. Shadowkeeper713, thank you for the follow. Grinch, thanks for the raid. Ajax the Titan, thanks for the follow. And Catalyst, thank you for the bits. I appreciate the shit out of all you guys and everybody that redeemed Stream Loot cards and bought Stream Loot cards and all that stuff. Sirenscape is really cool. This new one I especially... Did you guys like the online player? Like the experience with having the music this way?
I did.
Yeah, other than
Yeah, 'cause I could-
needing to make me have to fucking piss every 20 minutes.
I'm sure that has nothing to do with the massive quantities of alcohol you drink.
I mean, also that.
I'm not getting any kind of lag or anything from it now.
Awesome. So yeah, so we'll have more to come with that. I got playlists built so I can do wonky things and have fun with it. So thank you guys so much. We're gonna raid out. I think that hopefully the people that are raided every Thursday are on, which will make my life a hell of a lot easier. But if they're not, they are cool. All right, so we know we got quality here already. So we're gonna raid out. And why is this not working? Oh, that's probably why, because I'm dumb. It happens. So next week we'll pick this back off. But unfortunately we won't have Melissa. Wah, wah, wah. Oh, every Thursday I said, didn't I? No, every Tuesday.
Yeah.
Tuesday, god damn. It's been so long since we've done Thursday and I'm still slipping up. Every Tuesday, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, 5 p.m. Pacific. If you missed yesterday's one shot to find out how Ravage and Rakar ended up on the beach, that's on the videos for Twitch up there. And it'll also be on YouTube as of tomorrow.
No need to do that.
John and Sin didn't even know that they were going to make it into this. So, So yeah. So you can see that, and then this one will be up on Thursday on YouTube. So if nothing else, see you guys next week. Thanks for popping in here. Bye.
Bye.